boys, and I'm getting the fuck out of here. I mean, if you're not going to recover Greg Graham, if you're just going to let him drive by you, if the rest of you are going to let him catch the ball outside the 3-second lane and drive all the way in here without one guy challenging him, then I'm leaving and you fucking guys will run till you can't even suffer. Now, I'm tired of this shit. I'm sick and fucking tired of an 8-10 record. I'm fucking tired of losing to Purdue. I'm not here to fuck around this week. Now, you may be, but I'm not. Now, I'm going to fucking guarantee you that if we don't play up there Monday night, you're going to believe the next 4 fucking days. Now, I am not here to get my ass beat on Monday. Now, you better fucking understand that right now. This is absolute fucking bullshit. Now, I'll fucking run your ass right in the ground. I mean, I'll fucking run you. You'll think last night was a fucking picnic. I had to sit around for a fucking year with an 8-10 record in this fucking league. And I mean, you will not put me in that fucking position again. Or you will goddamn pay for it like you can't fucking believe. Now, you better get your head out of your ass.
Let's roll. We're back. He's back. Coach Knight in the house, and he's not happy, and neither am I. It's the Thursday night throwdown has begun. The pimps, the players, the hustlers, people, the bustle, and everybody else in between, from Costa Rica to California, Montreal to Minnesota's the Stanley Cup playoffs continue. Night 2. The Columbus Blue Jackets have just scored on the power play to tie the hockey game at 3 as the Russian goaltender decided to take a penalty. Oh, no, it wasn't a Russian goaltender, actually. It was just a Russian. I'm blaming the Russian goalies. It's the Russian goalie's fault. That's the fucking Toronto Maple Leafs' fault, all right? The Leafs are the fucking dickwad of the night. The Leafs are the losers of the fucking century, the decade, the fucking, I don't know, everything else. Motherfuckers. All right, so there's 4 minutes left. We might have our first overtime game. And I tell you what, it's been a painful run so far. We're in the midst of a painful run, swinging for the fences with every overtime game. Are we going to get it here? I don't know. Maybe. We appreciate those of you joining us. Ted Savransky on the radar here tonight. Ted Savransky should be stepping up and joining us. And we're going to get to the autopsy. I'm the coroner tonight. Coroner Morency. And I'm going to have to give it to you straight, man. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what it is with you guys, fuck. The Toronto Maple Leaf Nation out there, fuck. Like I'm the bad guy. I'm freaking out early in the game. I'm like, man, the Leafs suck tonight. They're fucking slow. They're fucking flatter than fucking Ally McBeal, all right? They're flatter than fucking Ellen DeGeneres. They're flatter than a 2-day-old fucking Coca-Cola. You know, they come out slow. It's a fucking ambush job. And people on Twitter, oh, Morency, what are you talking about? What game are you watching? Leafs look great. They're right in this thing. Oh, yeah, they're right in this thing, fuck. Yeah, what was the final score? 15-1? Nazem Kadri, you fucking owe me, man. You owe me like fucking $600 after this, fuck. You single-handedly cost us the fucking under, you fucking cocksucker. Ooh, Mitch Marner got elbowed. Oh, who gives a shit, fuck? It's fucking hockey. Listen, I like Don Cherry, but Don Cherry's like a fucking Fox News analyst, man. The guy's like fucking the most fucking biased motherfucker. He's defending God. Oh, Kadri got, you understand, Kadri was upset because Marner got hit. So I don't know. Maybe if Marner didn't look like he was fucking 13 fucking years old, people wouldn't hit him in the face, fuck. Anyways, we'll get to that in a fucking second, all right? Because I swear, fuck, was that a fucking Timbit fucking game? I could have taken 5 little Timbit fucking kids, and they could have lost 5-1. Fucking Toronto Marley should have fucking played tonight instead. It's a fucking disgrace. Fucking Mike Babcock. What the fuck do they pay you for? You're fucking standing there fucking like a bozo. Too many men on the ice. Your team's not ready to play. Your fucking leader, fucking Kadri's running around like a fucking madman. Kadri's going to get suspended now. All right, so anyways, we've got a game coming up. We can't worry about the Leafs, Ed. I swear to motherfucking God, man, I had the fucking heat on right before I started the show. I tried to turn it off, and instead, I think I just turned the air conditioning on or something. Either way, I don't like the fucking noise that it's making. Holy fuck, man. We're off to a great start here this evening. Level of rage, 9. And what? We're about 10 minutes in. Fuck. And I'm warning you right now, fuckhead. I'm warning any fuckhead troll that fucking comes in here tonight. I'm telling you right now. If you come in here and anyone fucking gets out of line and anyone fucking trolls us, I swear to fucking God, I'm going to go onto the fucking dark web and I'm going to hire a fucking devious nutjob virus hacking motherfucker. I'm going to track your IP address down and I'm going to fucking infect your ass for the rest of your fucking life. Fuck. All right, so anyways. That's right, Bruce. That's fucking right. We've got our eye on Bruce. Yeah, on paper, you're right. That's one of those. That's one of those. Did I say that out loud? Oh fuck, yeah. I'm just saying. I'm not saying, all right? I'm just saying. I'm not saying. All right, so anyways, yeah, I'm taking the San Jose fucking Sharks. I'm taking the San Jose Sharks because the San Jose Sharks have such a great track record of fucking NHL play in the playoffs. Yeah, we're taking the Sharks, man. Let's just simplify this shit, all right? Let's just simplify this. Let's break this down right now. Washington Capitals, Columbus Blue Jackets. Let's analyze this like who would win in real life if they were fighting each other. We have a capital, i.e. an American, the Washington Capital, the capital of the United States against the Blue Jackets, the natives. We all know how that ended. Washington wins. The Colorado Avalanche and the Nashville Predators. It's 1-0 right now for the Colorado Avalanche. And even though the Predators are the better hockey team, the fact of the matter is a Predator is fucked in an Avalanche fuck. The Predator will die. The Avalanche fucking gets it, which leads us into a shark and a fucking duck. What's going to happen with a shark and a duck? You know what? Fuck you, Emilio Estefan. Fuck Disney. Fuck the Anaheim Ducks. We're on the San Jose Sharks tonight. Is it Emilio Estefan or Estevez? Plus, just got an email here that I didn't really want to see right now. Now, this game, in all seriousness, this game's an extreme toss-up. The San Jose Sharks and the Anaheim Ducks tonight. You know, they played 4 times. 3 of the 4 times that they played this year went to overtime. It went to a shootout, actually. Now, we have our first overtime. How many games did it take? 5. We were 0-5. We lost 5 straight, but we hit an overtime here. Columbus, Washington comes in overtime. I think San Jose and Anaheim are going to overtime. Part of me wants to step up and just lay it all down. Let's put $750 down on the game to go to overtime. And that'll pay $2,737. Now, we got to take a chance. We're going to go all in. Game to go to overtime. No, but San Jose and Anaheim, listen, it's extremely evenly matched, guys. It could go either way. It's hard to make like a legitimate argument and say, oh, this team's going to beat that team for sure. The way I look at this is, look, we're getting plus money with the San Jose Sharks. We are going to take the overtime prop, and I am going to go bigger on it. I'm not putting $750 on it. We are going to go a little bigger on it, but to me, the Sharks and the Ducks is like a UFC heavyweight fight between two evenly matched heavyweight fighters. And we all know, I know there's a lot of MMA bettors amongst us in here. So to me, if you're getting in, we all know you're fighting UFC heavyweight fight, you're betting on it. It's like, well, if either guy connects, they've got a good chance of knocking the other guy out. So I'll take the underdog. And that's the way I look at this game. If this game was in San Jose tonight and the San Jose Sharks were minus 140, I'd probably say, you know what? Maybe we'll take a look at the Ducks here at plus 120. I think we have to take a shot and take a shot with the underdog. Now, I think it's going to be a low-scoring game, and we're going to roll the dice. We're here to gamble, right? Are we here to gamble? Are we here to gamble? So we're here to gamble. We're going to roll the dice with no goal in the first 9 minutes and 30 seconds.
Riggs.
Anyone else like to share? How about you in the back with the glasses, sir?
My name's Bobby, and I am an addict.
Hey, Bobby.
Hi, Bobby. You folks aren't here because you're gamblers. You are here because you are terrible gamblers.
Okay, Bobby.
These folks don't need to stop doing what they're doing. They just need to get better at it. Who's stealing?
Please.
Who's that?
Hello?
You're Eureka, Billy James. Bobby Riggs. I had a great idea.
It's Bobby Riggs. I got a great idea. All right, Billie Jean. How about we lay it down on no goal in the first 9 minutes and 30 seconds of the San Jose Shark, Anaheim Duck NHL playoff game, Billie Jean? What do you think about that? Eureka. I want to take the under, but it's an even 5. I want to take the under, but it's an even 5. I want to see if they're going to give us an opportunity for a 5.5 on the end game. Like, are they going to open up the game with a 4.5, or are they going to open it up with a 5.5? And they have it up right now, so we'll see. Ooh, boom! They have a 5.5 up. Nice. All right, we got 5.5 under 150 minus 155. 5.5. 5.5 under minus 155. If you think it's going to go over 5.5. Plus 125. I'm in. Let's do it. Let's do it, Bobby. We're going under. We're in. We went under the number. Under 5.5, minus 155. San Jose Sharks and the Anaheim Ducks. I think the game's going to overtime. Look, we finally got one overtime tonight. We're due for another one. Like 1 out of 5 isn't good enough. We're not there yet. It's nice to get that one home. All right, that's one. It's still, we're still down on this overtime prop. But it's going to, the thing is, we can't quit now because one of these nights there's going to be a bunch of overtimes. Maybe tonight's the night. Maybe Colorado and Nashville goes to overtime, and then maybe this next game when we get 3 of the overtimes tonight. But I really do. I really think this Ducks-Sharks game is going to overtime tonight. I think just to torture me, we're going to be sitting here together until like 3 in the morning or something. All right, so time of first goal. Time of first score. To score before 9 minutes and 30 seconds, minus 120. To score after 9:30. I'm going to say no goal. No goal before 9 minutes and 30 seconds. It's going to be a fucking sweat job, but you know what? It's like Bobby Rigg says, life's a risk. No goal. All right, now we're going to have to play the regulation. So we played the under 5.5. We just played no goal in the first 9:30. The only thing I don't like about this shit is you play the fucking game to go to overtime, yet you still got to play a side, so you're sort of killing yourself on it, you know? But it's a little bit of insurance. Like, I didn't give you guys the Washington Capitals today, but I actually took the Capitals when it was 0-0. So the game goes to overtime, but whatever, fuck. I had the Capitals, but I'd rather go to overtime and get it at plus 300. So going to overtime makes up for a couple of plays. We move on. So yeah, we're going no goal in the first 9 minutes and 30 seconds. We're going under 5.5, and I'm going to say this game goes to overtime, and I think the Sharks win. Fucking ideally, man, the Sharks win 3-2, 2-1 in overtime. Now, the sports books, and we encourage you to check out Bet Online, Bet Fast, Bet Online at betonline.ag. But they're not dumb. Normally, the game to go to overtime is like plus 300 and stuff like that. That's not the case right now. It's plus 265 in this game. Like I said, 3 of the 4 games that they played in the regular season went to overtime in a shootout. So I think the odds makers are expecting a similar situation tonight. They wouldn't be surprised, and neither would I. Yeah, stress levels are high. Now the postseason is here. So, all right, we got that pick out of the way. I don't have anything else. We're focused in on this hockey. Oh, no, look, though, we do have all right, we're in the first inning, too. All right, we don't have a choice. Let's do it. This is our chance. Tacoma and Fresno are in the first inning right now. It's 1-0. It's 1-0 in the first inning. The in-game total is 10.5 minus 115, 9.5 minus 150. All right, the first inning is just ending right now, so it's going to go down a little bit here. All right, so we're after 1 inning. We can get in on this shit. All right, so over 9.5 is minus 140. Or over 10.5 is plus 100. So let's go over 9.5 here. You want to get degenerate? Let's get degenerate. Fuck. The Tacoma Rainiers and the Fresno Grizzlies. Over 9.5. You guys see it every fucking night. They score 1 million runs. Watch it. Tonight it's going to be like 1-0. All right? And the Reno Aces and the Sacramento RC, Royal Crown Cola. Fuck, it's already 3-0 in the fucking first inning. All right, we can go over 12.5 for minus 140 or over 11.5 for minus 190 or over 13.5 for plus 110. We're going to go over 12.5 for minus 140. We see these motherfucking Pacific Coast League games skyrocket over the number. We're adding to the level of stress right now, though, when we're betting on Pacific Coast League baseball games. The Reno Aces, Sacramento RC, Tacoma Rainiers, and the Fresno Grizzlies. We are the only motherfucking show in the world who is live in-game betting and discussing Pacific Coast League baseball. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. I don't think there's Is there anywhere else in the fucking world? I don't think anyone else wants to do what we're doing. I don't think anyone wants to be sitting here betting on Pacific Coast baseball. All right, somebody amongst you has to step up and bet this with me. Otherwise, I'm just leaving right now. I can't do that, actually. We're on the clock until midnight. Then I leave at midnight. Yeah, if nobody steps up and bets this baseball with me, I'm leaving exactly at midnight, as soon as I'm legally allowed to. As soon as I'm contractually obliged. Yeah, because if I'm just going to sit here betting on this shit by myself, then, you know. No, not all of you can get in on this. I'm just busting your balls, Pittsburgh Brew. I just bet both overs. I just bet both overs in the Pacific Coast League in game. On a more serious bet, listen, I did bet bigger on under 5.5 in the hockey game tonight. We're going to go under 5.5 in the Sharks-Ducks game. I put a nice bet on that one. I put a play on a no goal in the first 9:30, and we're going to play the game to go to overtime. And we're going to play a little bit on the Sharks. But, yeah, we just put in the action. We took the Fresno and Tacoma to go over, and Reno Aces and Sacramento RC, Royal Crown Cola. I actually think they're the Royal Cats. Like, the first time I saw it, I was like, RC, is that Royal Crown? I was like, no, it's the Royal Cats. It's pretty crazy, man. We were talking about the Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp a lot recently. Their AA baseball team, the Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp. Because our boy Tony Cicada likes the shrimp, and it's amazing that the local team's called the Jumbo Shrimp. And it's unbelievable. The Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp are outdrawing the Miami Marlins, the Major League Baseball team. Just move the Marlins to Montreal. It's pretty simple. Let's just go full circle with this. Fuck. Move the Marlins to Montreal and get on with it. Derek Jeter is a fucking disaster as an owner. The only thing that is a bigger disaster than Derek Jeter as an owner of the Marlins were the fucking Toronto fucking Maple Leafs tonight. Like, seriously, for fuck motherfucking sakes, man. I'm not even a Toronto Maple Leaf fan, and that fucking angered me beyond fucking belief. Beyond belief. I don't blame Leaf fans. Whatever, man. I'm the one that hyped them up. I thought, oh, yeah, they could beat Boston. They've beaten them 7 of the last 8 times they played. The Leafs' speed and youth. Leafs fucking speed. The thing is, they look slow. They look slow. They look scared. They look like a fucking kid team, playing against an NHL team. The Leafs were scared to go into the corners. Except fucking Kadri fucking flying around, doing stupid shit. Fucking Kadri, I hope you're happy, buddy. And you know what? I blame Babcock as well. I blame them all, It's like, after they fucking scored, I even tweeted right after they scored, and I made it 2-1 near the end of the period. With 3 minutes left, I said, whatever you do, you can't let them score again. And you could just feel it. Like they were a step behind all night. Like the beginning of the game, man, they were like a beer league team. They were like skating around casually and shit. Boston's flying around. They're fucking lucky it wasn't 3-0 like 2 minutes in. Like, you know what? Like, I really don't see one positive trait from the Maple Leafs game tonight. Like, there's no silver lining. There's not one thing you can say, yeah, you know what, but no, there's no but. They were fucking terrible from the fucking second they dropped the puck. They scored 1 goal on a nice 1 play. Their defensemen are terrible. Like, man, I was way off. Like, they're not winning the series. They're not winning the series. They can't clear the fucking zone. They're too sloppy on defense. They're fucking defensemen. Like, it's fucking amazing to me. Like, how bad they are at fucking getting the puck out of their own end. There were one time fucking Gardner. There's no one around. He fucking drills it off his fucking teammate and it bounces back into the zone. It's like, dude, You've got 200 feet to fucking clear the puck, and no, you got to hit your fucking teammate. Like they're clueless. That's the thing. In the regular season, you can fly around and shit like that, and you can lose. You know, you can give up goals and score goals, but you can't make mistakes. I thought the Leafs had gotten past that. You know, you pay Mike Babcock. Mike Babcock's like fucking Jim Harbaugh. He's all fucking hype, man. You know, fucking Babcock, and you'll see it'll be them and they didn't do this and they. It's like, dude, you're the fucking coach. I'm fucking sitting here. I'm not even a Leaf fan, fuck, all right? I know your team a bit, but you know your team better than me. I'm sitting here, and I even thought, I'm like, you got to call a fucking timeout, man, when it was 2-1. Like, I even tweeted. I said, if they score again, it's a backbreaker. And then, boom, they score again because fucking Kadri, you're a fucking idiot. Fucking Kadri goes knee on Nash. Kadri's always been a fucking punk, man. He's always been a punk. And like I said earlier about Don Cherry, if fucking Kadri wasn't on the Toronto fucking Maple Leafs, or PK Subban did that shit, it wouldn't be like, oh, he was just defending his teammate. You wanted to defend your fucking teammate, how about you land a clean fucking body check? You know, it's amazing to me that Don Cherry's defending this fucking shit. You're the king of old school hockey, supposedly, Don. And I fucking hate this shit. All you fucking punks in the NHL now, you get fucking checked, and it's the biggest deal in the world. It's like it has to start a fight after. No, if you get hit, then whatever, man. You deal with it, and you get the guy back after. You don't cry about it. You know, Mitch Martin, I got hit, and Kadri, oh, you got hit. Let me fucking come flying in like a fucking idiot and get suspended. It's just stupid. It's stupid. And it's a Canadian fucking thing. It really is a Canadian fucking thing. Saw the same fucking bullshit in the fucking Olympics, man. The Canadian fucking chicks are fucking elbowing people with 3 minutes left in a tie game. It's just ingrained in Canadian hockey players to do stupid fucking shit. It just is. It's constant. You'll see tonight. Watch tonight, fuck. You know, who's going to do stupid shit tonight in the game? Corey Perry, Mr. Team Canada. You'll notice. I remember before in the old days, oh, Canadians are just tough. They play hockey in a tough way. It's like, no, we're just stupid and dirty, fuck. That's all we are. It's like, you know, it's like Canadian people somehow justify taking that penalty. I had a lot of people, oh, he was defending his teammate. He wasn't defending his teammate. You know, if somebody comes up behind him and fucking sticks a fucking wrench up his ass, then, all right, hit him over the head with a stick, all right? Defend your teammate. All right, he's a grown man. He's in the corner. He got hit in the face. Yes. All right? Big fucking deal. Boo-hoo. And Don Cherry's going to bitch about PK Subban. Fucking, oh, he celebrates too much. I don't know how you're not fucking ready to fucking play. Maybe you guys should fucking like pull your fucking little fucking teenage little Bush League playoff beards out of your fucking ass. Get off of fucking Tinder. Stop worrying about the fucking waitress and the bartender at Club Music and fucking wake the fuck up. Because the Boston Bruins are going to sweep your ass if you play like you did tonight. You leave your goaltender to hang the fucking dry. You didn't hit anybody. Every time the puck was in the corner, you notice the Leafs would sort of graze by. You know who you played like tonight? The Montreal fucking Canadiens, fuck. A bunch of little Thomas Plekanec, fuck, buzzing around with your turtlenecks, fuck. You guys fucking, you got fucking Plekanec matching up against Bergeron and shit. Fucking told you, fuck. What good was fucking Thomas Plekanec gonna fucking do you? The neck, yeah. The fucking turtleneck. I just don't understand. You guys, I understand. It's like the Toronto Maple Leafs. You guys were in the playoffs last year. I thought you learned your lesson. I thought you understood. The Toronto Maple Leafs played like it was a regular season game tonight. That's the best way of putting this. The Toronto Maple Leafs played like it was a regular season game tonight. The Boston Bruins played like a playoff team tonight. Like the Boston Bruins probably went into the room after the game and like were like, holy fuck, that was easy. They're not going to say it publicly, but I guarantee you, like behind the scenes, the Bruin players were probably, you know, they're probably thinking, holy shit, man, these kids, man, they're not ready for us. Like, I look at this, the Toronto Maple Leafs, they're just not ready. I overestimated them. I don't know. I bet you they're better on Saturday night, but they'll lose. And then they'll come back home down 2-0. See, am I alone? Am I alone here? Look, you're right, Finney. Am I alone here? Am I the only one that thinks the Leafs, they were terrible? Fuck, it was a disgrace. I don't understand how you're not ready for a fucking playoff game. How are you not ready for the playoffs? You weren't prepared from fucking step one. The first shift, man. The first shift. Austin Matthews has got his head on a fucking, he's spinning around. Like Matthews looked like a fucking 16-year-old kid tonight. Mitch Marner is just fucking, you know, the kid's just like fucking, I don't know. Like they're in over their head. They look like a junior hockey team, fuck. And Columbus just wins in overtime. And Washington chokes again. History repeats itself. No, they didn't play like professional hockey players tonight. Fuck the Washington Capitals. You're just the Washington Capitals. It's just same crap every year with this team. Like, same old with the Washington Capitals. This series is over. Yeah, this series is over. Yeah, pencil in your brackets, boys. Pencil in your brackets right now. Just fill them out, fuck. Boston, round 2. Boston, Columbus. The Washington Capitals are toast, fuck. I'm not, you know, I can't rage about the Capitals. I can't sit here and rage about all these teams. Listen, the game went to overtime. It is what it is. We hit it. We move on. No, there's no list for the Survivor Pool. There's only like 3 people left. Just send me an email or Twitter. There's like 3 people left. All right, so screw this Capital game. It's time to move on. Time for the Ducks. The Ducks and the Avalanche set to drop the puck. No goal. We already got in a no goal bet. What don't we have in here? We're trying to cover all of our bases. I didn't bet the overtime yet. I need this game to go to overtime. Are you kidding me? They moved it to fucking +2 fucking 30. No, plus 265. Better right now, man, before you get that in-game shit. Well, we got a lot of action in play here right now. All right, hey, the Reno Aces and Sacramento Royal Cats scoring a little bit here. Nice, good. Keep scoring, keep scoring. What do we got it at? We got it at over 12.5. Hey, right now 12.5 is minus 270. Let's go. Put some more runs up. Like I said, we're the PCL fucking kingpins here. Got to get that Toronto Maple Leaf money back. Can't believe I bet on these motherfuckers. I bet on that, and I bet the game to go to overtime. I bet, and you know why I'm so mad? I bet on the under 6. That was my best bet of the night. I really like that to go under 6. And it would have won under 6. It would have won under 6. Like, Nazem Kadri, you're a fucking dickhead, fuck. Like, what are you doing knee on Rick Nash for, all right? Seriously. Rick Nash has accomplished more in his fucking career, like, than you'll fucking ever will, okay? Rick Nash has accomplished more in his fucking career than you fucking ever will. You go knee on him for no fucking reason, just Bush League fucking cheap shot. And the ref missed it, except the ref knew he missed it. So then they made a make-up call a second later against the Leafs on a bullshit hooking penalty that they never would have called if you were on a fucking big dickhead, Kadri. And then, boom, they scored the goal. And then that made it 3-1. That was the end of the game. You cost your team the game tonight, Kadri. I hope you're happy. And then you come back after, and then you go on a cheap shot mission, you're going to get suspended. You're a fucking idiot. You're a fucking idiot. I never liked you. I would have fucking traded you years ago. You're a fucking problem. You're a fucking problem. You think he thinks like a little gang. It's like fucking Conor McGregor. He's like the NHL. He's little Conor McGregor or something. Fuck. Fuck you and your thug fucking shit. Fuck you and your fucking partying. You're over fucking rated, man. Like Conor McGregor. History does seem to repeat itself, though, Toronto Maple Leafs over and over, Washington Nationals over and over, Washington Capitals over and over. It's the same crap all the time. The Nashville Predators have scored 1-1. I do have that parlay going. That's not bad, actually. I still have that parlay. What's up, Sooner Lisa? So what channel is this Duck game on? The Ducks and the Sharks. Where is it? Here we go. All right. And we're off and running. Well, baby Ruth, considering this is your first time in the chat and we don't know who you are, I don't really know if I should be betting with you. That's the thing, baby Ruth. When people come into our chat and they have names like yours, it's like, yeah. Something tells us you're actually somebody else that's been here under other names in the past. Federal agent. So you're telling me right away, just like that, Nashville scores, but then Colorado scores right away. Wow. All right, Teddy. Ted Savransky is going to be good to go in a couple of minutes, but Ted Savransky, under the weather. Teddy says, yeah, I'm good to go, but I'm sick as shit. Coughing Jags, whatever that means. I'm not really sure what coughing Jags means. Suck it up, Teddy. I don't know what coughing Jags means. All right, so last night we were here pretty late last night. Tonight I can't go too late. I've got stuff to do tomorrow early. I've got my time is condensed over the next couple of days, but I've got a lot of equipment issues here and stuff, man. Shit's like imploding on me, man. Yet last night on the program, we were on late. We kept hitting refresh over and over with Babano and everyone on the NBA website to see, you know, when are the NBA playoff matchups. And I was pretty persistent, guys. I actually kept hitting refresh and refresh until about 4:30 in the morning, and I was actually in my bed. I was like, one last time. It's like, you know, and the NBA released it. I think the NBA released their playoff schedule last night at like 4 a.m. or 4:17 or something. It's pretty crazy. I was pretty pleased because I only missed it by 3 minutes. I was like, oh, wow, when did they release this? I was like, only 3 minutes ago. So the Toronto Raptors, we got numbers and lines. We're going to blast through the games with Teddy. So the Toronto Raptors are playing Saturday at 5:30, and we're going to the game. We're going to the game. We've got our ticket, and we've got a damn good ticket as well. And I'm assuming, since I'm going to be sitting with Taylor Stevens, that you'll see us on TV at some point. As cameramen seem to find a way to find big breasts at sporting events. And we're sitting in the second row. So, yeah, not only am I going to the game, we're sitting in the second row. Right behind the basket. Right behind the basket, too. Like, basically, you know, like where the super fan is? We're going to be like right behind the super fan type shit. We're second row, right behind the basket. Basically, though, they have like the courtside seats. There's like 4 rows of courtside chairs. You know what I mean? Sort of just like folding chairs. You know, so there's like 4 rows of folding chairs courtside, and then we're second row behind that. So, like, you know what I mean? So there's like 4 rows of courtside, and then there's like the hockey board, and then the rows. So we're second row there. So we're literally like 6 rows behind the basket. Yeah, we're like 6 rows. We're like 6 rows right behind the basket. We're fucking close. like I said, like we got a second row. Taylor's got the tickets today. She's like, yeah, I got second row. Is that close enough? I'm like, yeah, that's good. So Sonny Vega is going to be in the house. Yeah, Sonny Vega is going to be in the house. So me, Taylor Stevens, Sonny Vega. The game is Saturday night at 5:30. Raptors are motherfucking minus 700 series favorites. So, yeah, there's no way in hell. Now, if you follow me on Twitter, we tweeted it out earlier today. Taylor Stevens, Taylor got sort of internationally famous because she was at an LA King playoff game a few years ago. And she was sitting literally like right behind the bench. So like where the coach was and shit. So her fucking rack was like pressed against the glass, like right behind the fucking player's bench. and head coach Pete DeBoer, remember Pete DeBoer? He basically got caught on camera looking at her tits during the game, like a playoff game. So the coach, like Stanley Cup and shit, the coach is kind of like, he looked over behind him and he's like, oh shit. And he looked, and it's kind of a still shot. So yeah, it's all over the internet. At the time, it was like, oh my God, look at that chick's rack. And it was Taylor. And people were like, oh, ha, ha, look at the coach. He got caught in the game looking at her tits. He was like literally like looking over, it's in the middle of the game. He's like, holy fuck. So Taylor became popular and famous and shit, and she did a video for Funny or Die. Yeah, when he was coaching the Devils, exactly. So, yeah, it was famous. It was like a gif all over the internet and shit, like fucking the chick with the big rack at the Kings game. So I knew, Drew, but I'll be honest with you, I didn't realize what a big deal it was. I knew that Taylor was at a Kings game and shit, and I knew that people saw her on TV and shit. I was like, oh, there's Taylor Stevens. I wasn't as good friends with her then. I knew her, but I didn't know her like this. I only sort of knew her online and shit. But I didn't realize that she did a Funny or Die video and shit for it after. So, yeah, settle down, baby Ruth. We've already told you. We know that, you're probably somebody else under a different name due to your dumb name. Yeah. Yeah, I'd settle down if I was you, baby Ruth. I'm not about to boot you just yet, but I'm about to take a vote on it, and you won't win the vote, so you won't win the vote, so. So yeah, sitting in the second row, we expect that Taylor will definitely be getting some attention. Not to mention, I'll be getting us attention because I'll be yelling at the fucking referees. It's going to be nice in the second row. They'll definitely be able to hear me. The only thing is, I will have to be careful. I sat courtside once at a Raptor game. Or twice. Me and Clam Chowder had really good seats once, but me and Richard Garner once were literally courtside. Like once me and Richard Garner sat like on the court. We were the dudes at the end on the court there. And both of us, both me and Garner were warned like during the game, like a few times. And I wasn't even that bad. I called the ref a stupid fucking idiot once. I said, "Are you a fucking idiot?" I said something to the ref, and once the ref sort of like pointed at me. And again, later on, I said something to Luol Deng. Luol Deng was right in front of me, fuck. And he missed a shot. And I said to him, I said, "Keep shooting, Luol. You ain't hit shit all motherfucking night." I said, "You can't hit shit." I said, "Why do you think you're open?" I was trolling Luol Deng during the game, fuck. I said, "Why do you think you're open? You can't hit shit." And Luol, he didn't really care that much. He sort of looked at me, gave me a dirty look once. Once he laughed. You know, he's a pro. Like, I actually, at the end of the night, I was like, "Hey, Luol, good shit." Like, Luol Deng was pretty cool. He took it, but security was getting pissed off. And the thing is, when you sit there, you're sitting with a bunch of rich old fucking ladies and shit, man, like bankers' wives and shit. So it wasn't the Bulls. I like the Chicago Bulls. Like Derrick Rose didn't give a shit. Derrick Rose like fucking was laughing at us a few times and nodding over. The players liked the interaction a bit, but the fucking security, and they gave me a yellow card. Fuck. They give you like cards. They gave me a yellow card for my language. Fuck. They have like a soccer. They have like a soccer system. So you get a yellow card, you get a warning, yellow card, and then red card. So I got a warning, and then I got the yellow card. I was like, "What the fuck's this?" I'm so drunk. Guy gives me a yellow card. I'm like, "What the fuck is this?" And he's like, "You've been warned. Next infraction, and you get removed, sir." Because me and Garner were like, "You know what the fuck we are, man? We fucking have the rights to this shit." Like we were mouthing off. I was like, "You ain't kicking me out." I said, we were really running our mouths. It's pretty funny, actually. Yeah. They give you, it's like they have like these stickers, fuck. So yeah, we're going to be pretty fucking close. Yeah, no, the tickets are like fucking, they're like $400, man. I'm not fucking, I don't want to get booted out. My goal is not to get kicked out. All right, we win the bet. No goal in the first 9:30. No, Billy Gunn didn't hit me. I hit Billy Gunn. Fuck. I hit Billy Gunn. I'm lucky I wasn't arrested. I hit Billy Gunn in the face with a beer. A full cup of beer. Or a half cup of beer. But pretty hard. Like I fucking plowed him. Like I fucking smoked him from like 5 feet, man. Like bam. And it fucking smashed his face and shit. He wasn't happy. He pulled me over the rail. He didn't hit me. He pulled me over the fucking rail. People thought I was part of the wrestling show because he pulled me over like where they're into like near the ring. He pulled me out of the crowd. Like he pulled me over the fence and shit. He was strong. He pulled me over. Fucking. He pulled me over and he put me in like a fucking arm fucking bar shit. Like behind my back. I thought he was going to break my arm. Fuck. It was pretty painful. Fuck. I mean, Billy Gunn, he's a big dude. He wasn't happy. Let me put it that way. He wasn't happy. The best part is me and my drunk logic going to a nightclub that he was at after to confront him. Like, that would have ended well. Oh yeah, that would have went real well. Yeah, we've told the Billy Gunn story in the past. No time now. So yeah, Raptors. All right, I'll tell you it's sent. Raptors at 5:30. We'll be throwing it down with Taylor Stevens and the Sonny Vega, the Parlay King, Sonny Vega. Sonny's a great guy. Sonny's a great guy. And we'll probably get into the drinks. And then Toronto Maple Leafs are playing at 8 o'clock. Now, I've got my Patreon show on Saturday night. I haven't figured that out yet, how we're going to handle this. I'll probably just come home, to be honest, after the Raptor game. I'll be drunk at that point in time. It's going to be a fucking circus outside the Air Canada Centre on Saturday night with the Raptors playing and the Leafs playing. Holy shit. I would bring the laptop and just say, you know what, we'll do the show from the Real Sports Bar after. But the Real Sports Bar is going to be a fucking zoo. And it's like $15 a drink in that place. And you got UFC going on. You got other NHL going on. You've got other NBA games going on after. Philadelphia and Miami play at 8 o'clock. And then you got Portland and the Pelicans at fucking 10:30 on Saturday night. And the UFC and the hockey. Saturday night's going to be batshit fucking crazy. So I'll go to the game and I'll probably just I'll come back, get the laptop, and maybe I'll go over to Shula's Joe's or something like that after. But we'll figure it out. Now, Kyle Johnson raised a good point. You know, the Raptors have often struggled in game ones. They always lose. I feel that this year is going to be different. I'm not really in a hurry to lay the points. I'm going to have to approach this. To be honest with you, what's cool is there's earlier games. And amazingly enough, they gave the Golden State Warriors and the San Antonio Spurs the noon start time. 3 o'clock Eastern, but noon. Noon in San Francisco and in Oakland. Very, very surprised. Everyone thought, oh, the Raptors will get the worst fucking slot. But no, they gave the Raptors a decent slot. Actually, in TV land, they gave the Raptors a shitty slot. But for a sports fan, it's a good slot. You know, 5:30 in the evening on a Saturday is a fucking TV wasteland, all right? It is. Saturday night's a wasteland, to be honest with you. The TV Saturday night is it's not like a big TV night. So, the Raptors are now up to 8 already. Total up to 211. But basically, we'll take the easy way here. We'll money line the Golden State Warriors, watch the game at 3 o'clock. I'll have some drinks here. I live pretty close to the arena, too, so I'll be able to have some drinks here and just cruise over around fucking 4:30, 5 or so. Whatever, it's the playoffs, so I'm normally type of dude that walks in like basically when the game starts, you know what I mean? But it's the playoffs, and I am a Raptor fan, so I'll go and soak it up a little bit, watch the pregame introduction and all that shit. And plus, they stopped selling booze after the third quarter. So I'll get shit-faced during the game and early, and I'll be ready to get right out of there. If I'm really drunk, you know, that's that. You know, you guys were joking and betting whether I would get kicked out or not. The real bet you should have is whether I last the fourth quarter in the arena. Because you know what? I did this before. I was at a UFC at the ACC, and they're like, sorry, sir, we stopped selling alcohol. I actually walked right out the door after. I was like, all right, thank you. And I fucking walked. I went right into the Real Sports Bar. The bar's in the arena, and they had the fucking fight on. I was like, I'm not sitting there booze free. I'm going right to the fucking bar. Let's bring in Ted Savransky, who's he's a true trooper. He's sucking it up here like a hockey player. He's playing in paint tonight for us on the Thursday Night Throwdown. How you doing, Teddy?
Morency, what's going on, buddy? How are you?
I'm battling, Teddy. You know, NHL playoffs. In Canada, that's sort of like March Madness or something. You know what I mean? It's like the national pastime of, hey, people watching, tweeting, and going crazy about hockey. But we're fired up. I'm going to the Raptors and Wizards game on Saturday with Taylor Stevens and Sonny Vega, both of who you met.
Nice, fun.
Yeah. And we're sitting in the second row, Teddy, right behind the fucking basket. So check for us on ESPN because they're going to fucking find Taylor somehow.
I will actually be sure to watch that game, especially closely with the camera shots on the side. Hey, I got a weird feedback. I'm going to log out and log back in, dude.
Okay, yeah. Ted Savransky. I like Teddy. Teddy's all dressed up. He's got the.
It's cold.
All right, guys, we hit that first bet. We hit the first bet. No goal. No goal, baby, in the first 9.5 minutes. Anybody jump on that with us? Winner. Is that better, Teddy?
Yeah, much better, I think.
Good. So,
I was getting my own voice back like 3 seconds later. You know how weird that is when you get,
Yeah.
Inserting. What's up, Gabe Morency?
I'd say so. Teddy, last night, Las Vegas Golden Knights get it done. First ever. And it's funny because everyone was talking about Vegas and reality is going to catch up to them and all this type of stuff. And yeah, maybe as we go on, but I didn't think in the first game, hell of a game, fun game last night. But I got to tell you, like outside observers, Teddy, looking at the production last night, people are raving about the pregame show, man. Like they knocked that shit out of the park.
It's Vegas. What do you think? They're going to do it half-assed?
Yeah, no, but it wasn't. Yeah, like the Las Vegas Bowl, they roll out like the showgirls and an Elvis impersonator. Like this,
Sam Boyd. Comparing Sam Boyd to
this, no, they definitely went. This was big time strip, sort of like big time club DJ shit, right? The music was like drum, like a hard E chord. Taking over, like you're thumping they had this fucking gold night mask come down from the ceiling. Oh yeah, they delivered. Yeah, you're right. It was Vegas, but modern Vegas. Fucking show.
Yeah, I mean, Brian Leonard offered me tickets. I didn't go. Okay. My buddy's got tickets for tomorrow night. He's like, I get you tickets for tomorrow night. They're not that bad. Brian's were like $250, I think, or something, $325. I'm like, nah, I'm not gonna go. But I've been to 50 hockey games. More than that. I've been to an enormous number of hockey games for how much I enjoy hockey.
Where'd you used to go? Where was like the most teams?
I used to go to Ranger games. I've been to Red Wing games. I've been to Bruin games. I've been to Capital games. My sister-in-law was a season ticket for the Capitals. I've been to all, the Boston, you'll love it at the Boston Garden, no, I won't, I've been to Islander games. I've been to Devils games. I mean, I've been to a lot of hockey games for someone that doesn't really like hockey that much. And then when you count, watching my nephew and stuff play, I mean, all those freaking cold mornings and the ice rink that's empty, and it's freezing in there. That's the worst. But you ask why I'm dressed like this. Isaac had Little League practice.
You go to is your kids' fucking baseball games.
Dude. That's why I'm dressed like this. Right? I just got back. I just got back from it's one of those days where there's stuff going all day. Isaac had Little League practice, so there I was. All dressed, and it's been gorgeous, and it just got cold in Vegas today. So
yeah, the weather's fucking. Weather's just whacked everywhere.
We talked about it last week, man. It's called climate change. It's happening.
So, yeah, you can't stay for us for the whole hour, but
hey, right now, honestly, right now I'm caffeinated. I'm feeling good. But if I start hacking up along, I'm gonna be, I've been under the weather Monday and Tuesday. I was down, dude.
I want to ask you your opinion on like game 2 of the Kings and the Knights and shit. We'll get into the NBA.
Well, this is the story. No, but I had a whole thing about the Knights. Okay.
All right, bring it up.
But the whole thing with hockey, that why I know I'll never understand hockey, because when I watch two teams play and it's the best team versus the worst team, like I can't tell the difference. You know, they're just skating around. I can't tell. Whereas like if you're watching the Rockets play the Grizzlies,
yeah,
you can tell the difference.
Like if you're watching a football game or a basketball game, you can read the tendencies, right? But hockey, it's just
they're just skating around, and once in a while I can catch a glimpse of the puck somewhere. I mean, it's not my gig, man. But so I do bet. I spend playoff hockey. I bet series price. I always bet. I do it every year. I got a couple of guys that I rely on, whose opinions I really trust. And who have made me money over the years. And I know, that's one of the good things about living in Vegas, that you meet guys who are grinders, and that's, neither one of them, they're not touts, it's grinder guys, both of them. And I bet there's stuff, hockey wise, and literally to a man, there wasn't one person I talked to that said there's any shred of value, like Vegas is a chance to come out of the West, or Vegas is going to win a series, or Vegas is going to win the cup. Like Vegas, like, okay, who's good? Everybody's analysis is Vegas is an afterthought, like a complete afterthought. And the series price said it, and the game 1 price said it. And you're watching somehow or other. I was on the hockey channel. Was it on direct? What's it? The 217 on DirecTV. I was clicking around, whatever. End up on the right before that freaking Penguins, and I watched the Penguins Flyers game, which was hilarious because at 2-0, I'm like, at 2-0, 4 minutes, was it 10 minutes in? I'm like, oh my God, this game is over. And then like I kept on clicking back to it. And it was 3-0 and 4-0 and 5-0. I'm like, I was right. On that. Did I bet it in game? I did not.
7-0 in hockey, Teddy. That's like losing 49-0 in football. Like it's like
sure. It's the Yankees, the Red Sox. It's 14-1 the other night.
Yeah, exactly.
It's beat down as beat downs get.
Route,
But the whole point is that I was watching like the NHL guys talking about the Stanley Cup playoffs and the NHL Network guys. And nobody, like Vegas, they're talking about the contenders. Nobody's talking about Vegas at all. And I'm watching on the Sports Center. They're doing the hockey, the 5 good, nobody's, and nobody's talking about Vegas. And the 5 good minutes with whoever the frick it was on Kornheiser. And he's not nobody. And Vegas, like nobody's, for all the liability that the books have, because the books have enormous liability on Vegas to win, anything in town. They're ready. They're going to take a beating on this. For all of that, there might still be value on this team because nobody's been buying that they're any good still.
It's crazy. One thing with Vegas
hang on. Last thing.
Yeah.
That was a good rant, man. I was good going for like 4 minutes right there, which is not.
I know people are impressed in the chat. They're like, Teddy's got more energy when he's sick. We like to bring it tonight. You bring your A game.
Yeah, good. All right. Yeah. Nice. Yeah, thanks.
I was going to say one thing from
the caffeine. It's the Grand Canyon Cup.
From a hockey standpoint, Teddy, they're from a football analogy, Vegas are almost like a team that fucking passes the ball. Like they're like the Rams. They're a sexy team. They don't run the ball in a sense. Like hockey in the playoffs is like you got to be big, you got to fucking fight, you got to block shots. You got to be Canadian and lose teeth. It's one of that sort of. That mentality. And Vegas are a bunch of like little French dudes that fly around, and they're fucking fast little dudes, and they're playmakers. So, in the play, sort of like a basketball team. You're not going to be able to run that offense and just be an offensive team in the playoffs. But it's still early in the playoffs right now. And like you said, Teddy, my deal was, fuck, they have all this magic going. Why are they suddenly going to lose it right now? They're playing the same fucking teams they just beat all year, right? And it was close as hell last night. I think the size thing will catch up to them, but I think they're going to win this series. I predicted they beat the Kings before it started. I smashed the under last night, Teddy, 5.5. Not a bad pick. 1-0. Fuck, final score.
Sweating a half on that one, huh?
Yeah. You know what? I got under 5.5 in this Duck Shark game. Still scoreless right now.
End of the first period. So, I appreciate the analogy, explaining like they're a team that wants to chuck it around.
Yeah.
So, but I did a show earlier today. I've been doing a little ESPN radio here in Vegas on ESPN 1100. I did a show with Koken, Dave Koken, and he knows. I mean, yeah, Koken knows hockey, just like whatever. Another guy that grew up with it and has it, and he's like explaining.
Where's he from originally? New York as well?
From Rhode Island.
Rhode Island.
Yeah, he's a New England kid. Well, he's not a kid
I haven't heard anyone call Dave Koken a kid.
The New England kid. That's got a good ring to it.
Koken, Dave Koken, yeah.
Whatever. So I'm doing this spot with Koken, and when I got to talk high. Then the night is such a huge story, and it's a local, it's a local ESPN affiliate. You got to talk hockey. So he starts explaining like something about the forechecking in the neutral zone. Okay, we're like, that's how they're doing it. Like that's how they got the shutout. Was their forechecking in the neutral zone was like top notch, and that's like their edge. Are you buying that, or is he full of shit?
They're talking about Las Vegas?
Yeah.
You know what? It's an astute observation. Their forechecking is they're extremely fast. So it's sort of like it's like a team that's playing a press. They're in your face all the time. They're fast. There's not a lot of space. They're undersized. They have a goaltender, Teddy, Marc-Andre Fleury, that's carrying them as well.
Fleury!
And he really is one of the nicest guys in all of sport. Like he just is. He's one of these. He's just a nice guy. And when they drafted him first overall, it was almost like we'll take this guy because he's a good guy. We can put him on the fucking poster. Meet season ticket holders in Vegas, and
sure,
and he's playing fucking great hockey. They're a fun team. They're a fun team. I don't think they're going to win the cup, but I don't discount them.
I need to know if the forechecking in the neutral zone is spot on. Like, is this the kind of thing like I can go and be like, this guy knows what he's talking about, or is he blowing smoke up my ass? I
was talking to some guys in Canada, and they approve of your forechecking analysis.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Not me. No, that's not me. That's called. I'm just one of the things that you want to know when you're doing media with someone is if that person actually knows what they're talking about when they sound like they know what they're talking about. Some guys can know what they're talking about, but they sound like they know what they're talking about, but they don't really actually understand it. And when you go back and forth with them, there's nothing behind it, But I mean, Koken, I assumed that he was an astute observation. That's what he does. The guy watches sports every night, like 100 nights out of 100 nights. He's unbelievable.
He has Babano on actually to talk hockey sometimes.
Sure, Babano's a good, Babano's media savvy these days, dude. You watching his daily videos?
He's been very influenced by you. He's like a combination of all of us combined almost. Have you noticed?
Well, I mean, he's so polite. I mean, to this day, he's the most polite guy, and he's so super respectful, and we're like the Wayne's World kind of. We're not worthy, and of course you are, Babano, dude. You've been doing it for a decade, more than a decade.
He's got attitude with me. He's nice to you. He's got attitude with me
Good.
now.
He is nice to me. He's always really nice, but I always feel like he's too differential. It's like, settle down. I'm not, I'm just a guy that came to Vegas and likes to work and sit at his computer and bet sports all day. I'm not that different from anybody.
But he respects you. I respect that too. I respect Babano. He puts the work in. He takes his job seriously. He does.
Yeah, exactly. And Babano shows up every day, but all of a sudden, I'm saying like in the last year or two, all of a sudden Babano's like, you're seeing his videos around. He's getting gigs on the ESPN radio. He's here. He's doing stuff. It feels like he's moving up in the pecking order a little bit these days.
He's plugging away. You're right. He's putting the work in after years. You're right. The respect starts to come. Maybe one day I'll get the respect. Hang around long enough, Teddy, right?
Dude, take the over.
Yeah. It's like, it's like they always used to say, man, it doesn't matter whether you're good or not. If you can just last like 30, 40 years, people are like, he's a legend. He's been around forever. But doesn't
exactly. You can be the worst. Yeah, but if you stick around long enough.
Exactly.
Like, oh, yeah, that guy.
Exactly. He must be good. He's been doing this.
Captain Kangaroo,
Yeah. Take the over. That's all right. Me and Teddy go way back. I appreciate the ball busting from Teddy. I'm being nice.
Yeah, what am I going to do, dude? I mean, honestly, if I don't bust your, I would hope that you would do likewise to me. I would not. It would not be the appropriate radio if we weren't going for the jugular or video or podcast or whatever the F it is.
The best is sometimes I'll get edgy with Dave and I just get silence after.
He's got nothing. He just waits for you to pick it up.
I cracked a joke mid something the other day with him. Yeah, and then he even gave me the. And anyways, back to the Boston Celtics. Right back.
Just dead air. Well,
Yeah,
I mean,
at
least he segues back.
Yeah, it was. It was like he left me hanging for 3-4 seconds, right?
Sure.
I wasn't
Well, at least you're not doing
on the phone, or it was just, no, he left me hanging.
Hey, how's the radio gig going, dude? How's the are we allowed to talk about that on SBR?
Yeah, it's very good. Yeah, no, they go hand in hand. We promote everything quarterly. We have the SBR guys on all the time on the radio show. Very well, actually, Teddy. You know what? Last week.
Well, yeah, I mean, let me jump in, because last time we talked about it, you were worried, you were concerned. You're like, hey, I got this. I had this good gig on, doing the TV spot, and now I don't know the radio gig's going to be any good. But it's working out so far.
I had a TV show every day for fucking 15 years, right? So it kind of sucks losing it, right? So yeah, I'm over it. It is what it is. But no, it's extremely well, Teddy. And in fact, listen, television is dead. We all knew it, right? So
sure.
Yeah, this one of the smarter things that they did was letting go of that and moving on. I was telling people last week, me and Cam are averaging like 25 motherfucking thousand listeners a show live, which is a fun. Yeah, it's a shitload, like way more than I even thought. I didn't think we had.
That's an audience.
Yeah. And, we hired Craig Carton on the network recently.
Uh-huh.
Former Boomer and Carton, of course, and he's got a big listenership. So listenership has spiked since he's come on. Most of the shows are doing extremely well. Yeah. So, yeah, no, shit's going well. Thanks for asking. And
you get the Twitter bump? You got the Twitter bump going? Because you're a great follow.
Who's that?
You.
What following?
Did you get from with the 25,000 viewers that are watching you, that are listening to the show? Have you gotten a Twitter bump as your Twitter? You know what I mean? Like, are you?
Oh yeah. I don't even really fucking notice that shit, to be honest with you. But yeah, it's pretty crazy. Like, man, I usually pick up like 200 new Twitter followers a week type shit. So yeah.
Sweet.
But yeah, we got one specific one the other day for me doing a guest spot. I did this. That's good direct fucking relation right there. I did a show with Carton immediately right after. Buddy was like, "You got yourself a new fan from New York. Boom. I like your style." So
I like your style.
Yeah, and it's funny. They've told us too. Like they see all the analytics. So I've gained the most from Carton being there from his crowd coming over. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So no, it's good. It's good to see. We're on the Armed Forces Radio Network. We're on iHeart, so it's a pretty good platform, pretty good distribution. It'll continue to grow.
Sweet.
Yeah, we got to get you on. Like, we got to mix it up a little bit. We're on 4 o'clock, so it's 1 o'clock until 4 o'clock your time.
Yeah, because like come football season, the nights probably aren't going to work as well, so maybe we'll work out some in the afternoons.
Yeah, we'll shake it up, exactly.
Yeah,
I'll be coming to Vegas a lot this year in the football season once I'm in Vancouver.
When are you leaving? When are you moving?
The plan is in the end of the summer.
Take the over.
I might just stay after the IFBC.
Our money's on the over.
No.
Over -210.
The only way I'm not in Vancouver is if I'm
over -250.
If I'm in New York, like that'll be the only.
Yeah, it sounds so nice. They had to name it twice. New York.
What are you doubting me for, Ted? I moved to Vegas.
Dude, I'm just giving you I don't know why I'm so feisty right now. I'm just giving you for no reason whatsoever.
Like, I didn't actually fucking live in your fucking city for years, and we didn't hang out. You say you're not moving, but you've already seen me move.
I know. Yeah, but that was to Vegas.
Get out of there.
That wasn't a Vancouver. Vancouver's like the only city that's more expensive than Toronto.
It's on par. I know everyone there, people are trying to like cloud it. I don't know. It's like people are trying to cloud me or something. They're like, dude, man, you're too rowdy for Vancouver. It's too mellow there for you. No, you're not going to go there. I'm like, just shut up, Fudge. That's where I'm going. Right?
Yeah, we'll find out.
Yeah, you'll find out.
It's like, worst comes to worst, it sucks. Huh?
Yeah, you don't have to stay. I don't have to stay anywhere. All right.
What's going on in the chat? What do these guys want us to talk about?
All right. You know what? We've been talking a lot about the Heart Attack Grill a lot over the last couple of days. Someone's asking if you've ever eaten at the Heart Attack Grill on Fremont.
Yeah, of course. Once. It was, I mean, it wasn't that good. It was just a big burger, you know. It's a big overpriced burger with this good gimmick, you know.
Big overpriced burger. Were the waitress nurses hot?
So I go down there a lot, and not a lot, but on the reg. You know, I go down to Fremont Street. You know, I go down there with the family. I go down there when I'm at times when I'm putting money in. I go downtown. It's, you know, maybe not as much as in the Strip, but often enough. So I'm by there a fair bit. Hot? I mean, hot? You're not going to the Heart Attack Grill for hot girls, all right? Unless you like the the bigger, more beautiful type. What are they?
Curvaceous, voluptuous.
Yeah, not necessarily, because the bigger girl. You know, if you like bigger girls, you'll. But it's not your bikini model. You know.
Yeah.
It's a burger joint, dude.
It's not the black.
It's a burger joint with a good name and a good marketing gig and a good location, but it's a burger joint. You know. Is it good? Sure, it's fine. It's okay. You know, it's better than Five Guys. I don't know. I mean, In-N-Out, yeah, probably better than In-N-Out. You
know. Somebody's asking you, what's your favorite casino when you go to gamble and play games? Not sports books, but if you're going to play games at.
I'll probably go downtown. I'll always go to Locals Casino if I'm gonna get involved with just about anything.
Yeah, you're not going to go gamble at the MGM Grand, right? You're going to go.
Sure, yeah. I mean, whatever. I mean, if you want to sit with $100 and drink for free all night, you can play like $5 Pai Gow at Orleans, and it's fun. And you sit and you drink and and Pai Gow is such a slow game. You know, you have like 12 decisions an hour. You know,
Teddy,
and half of them are pushes.
Teddy, I'm not proud of this. And you know Pai Gow, and it's funny you say that because I always tell people that all the time. Listen, if you're broke and you lost your money in the casino, you want to hang out and get some drinks, play Pai Gow. It's,
Well, yeah, I mean, if you're broke, you got to play Pai. You got to find a $5 Pai Gow table. There are not that many. That's why I like the Orleans.
Teddy, I lost $220 playing Pai Gow in 15 minutes.
Of course you did, dude.
And the lady actually told me. And it's not even a lot of money, but it's just hard to do playing Pai Gow. So
it is.
She told me, she said, it was a Chinese Asian lady. She goes, I never seen someone lose so fast playing Pai Gow. I told her, I looked up, I just said, just deal the cards. Like, you know what happened, Teddy? It was at the Stratosphere. I was all wasted. And it was so slow, I got bored. I was like, fuck this. And I fucking put like $220 on one. I just kept going big and it kept pushing and shit. Right? It was like tie, win.
That's the beauty of Pai Gow.
Back and forth. I was like, you know what? I'm getting mad. I can't take this. I was like, so I started putting like bigger chips and I finally lost. I was almost happy. I was like, yeah, I just lost 210 minutes at Pai Gow because I'd never seen someone do that before.
I've accomplished my goal. But when you actually like where you want to play. I mean, the truth of it is there's not that much difference between one casino and the next. There really isn't. It's what casino do you live close to? And if you're going to be gambling, there is a difference between the strip joints and the locals joints. But downtown and locals joints, there's not that much of a difference. And between one downtown joint and another, there's not that much of a difference. If you're gambling at Binion's, the rules aren't real that different than the Nugget. And if you're gambling at Red Rock, it's not that different than if you're gambling at the Orleans or, you know,
I know.
Or at, I mean, the one, I live on the south side of town. So the closest ones to my house are South Point, M, and Silverton. And I'll go to all three randomly. You know, it's not like I'm like, I'd say South Point's probably my favorite of the three. But it's not because the odds are better at the my odds are so much better than South Point. I mean, people are always like, oh, well, they have 100 times odds on craps or something. Great. How many times you playing 100 times odds on craps, dude?
You know, it's Teddy, though. People don't get it. Even some people in the chat are like, oh, he's not answering. Like, people ask me sometimes, Morency, where should I watch the game in Vegas? Which sportsbook? And I tell them, I don't know. They're all the fucking same.
Yeah, it's like
they get disappointed. And then I'm like, I don't know. I'll throw the guy a point. I don't know, go to the Sports Superbook. Check it out once. It's big.
Well, sure. Yeah, I mean,
they're all the
there are
same.
some
Like
must.
said, there's TVs, there's drinks. Yeah, someone might give you drink tickets, more a little bit here or there. But it really, when it comes to casinos and you live there, Vegas, it really comes down to the vibe, doesn't it? Because like you said, you know, the Orleans, Palace Station, Suncoast, Gold Coast, you know, like they're all the same feel. South Point, you know what I mean? The local places
Sure.
all the same feel, but it's which one do you like the patrons of, the bartender, the waitress, etc. Right? Just where do you feel more comfortable?
And again, I mean, there's a lot of losses that you take for going to the Strip, whether it's the resort fees, you know, whether it's the parking, you know, now, whether it's the worse odds for any game that you're going to play, whether it's the, you know, incredibly ostentatious cash grabs from the corporate behemoths that own these places and have, you know, went into great debt to own them and now are, you know, have to deal with constant financial pressure. But for all of that, if you come to Vegas, you probably want to stay on the Strip the first time, you know, and hang out on the Strip. It's a freaking experience, you know. It's cool. It's fun. It is where the beautiful people are. You will see more eye candy in an hour than you see in a month back home or in a year back home.
Yeah,
I mean, and then just walking around,
Daddy,
you know, you can go to a club and be partying with Charles Barkley, you know, and he's right there. He is right there, you know. I mean,
we were in Vegas. I never left that corner, Teddy. That time, last time we were there. I think the furthest I went to is like to the McDonald's and to the weed dispensary. And I went to SLS, and I went directly right into the sports book. And so you're right. Like there's a whole other Vegas that I didn't see at all of. Like you go to the Cosmopolitan and shit. Yeah, you're seeing chicks that you've never really seen before.
Sure, it's fun.
Yeah.
Look, you're going to pay for it. Recognize the trade-off that you're making. You're going to pay for it. But if you're in your 20s or 30s and you want to have fun, that's, you know, don't be a boring old guy and go stay at the frickin', you know, the South Point. Go party on the Strip and have fun and go to the beach clubs. And
if I was fucking 26 years old, I'd be right fucking at fucking New York and shit.
Of course, dude. It's a good, I mean, it really, there's a reason that we have 43 million visitors every year. It's fun, you know?
All right, hold on, Ted. Let me just give people a quick hockey in game. All right, guys, we're gonna
nothing. Still,
yeah, we're gonna push it again here. So we're gonna go no goal in the first 9 minutes of the second period. I hit it no goal in the first 9 minutes of the game, actually. So,
the nothing game.
Yeah, so I bet like there would be no goal. It's sort of like a baseball bet. Will there be a run in the first inning? You know what I mean?
Sure.
So it's like, yeah, would there over under first score of the game? Over under first score of the game, 9 minutes and 30 seconds. So nobody scored.
And is that minus 110 either way kind of deal?
Yeah, unfortunately it was minus 120. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, minus 120. I'll let you bet anything you want.
Yeah, that's why they got me here. Yeah. So now though, I'm gonna get it at plus 115. And I'm going to do it because I'm a degenerate. Let's go. I'm also on another degenerate plan, Teddy. I'm betting every NHL game to go to overtime. Last year, 43% of the games, Teddy, went to overtime in the first round in the NHL, which is an incredibly high rate. It set a record. It shattered the previous record.
Sure. I'll take the under 43% this year.
Yeah, I know. So, yeah, I mean, me fucking, day late dollars.
You had one today. Ha ha ha! The Caps did blow that game. Ha 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 ha!
Again, that's what they do. This team.
I know. I was texting back and forth. I told you my sister-in-law was a season ticket holder, so I was texting back and forth with my nephew. And when the Caps were up 2-0, he's like, "Yeah, life's good. The Caps are up 2-0." I'm like, "Dude, they'll not only will they blow this game, they'll lose this series." And then they did. Now I feel bad. He's my nephew. I love him, and I'm trash talking him on a team line I don't even care about.
You seem to be enjoying it, actually.
I do. It's what I do, dude. I'm just a dick.
After the Michigan loss.
I'm just a dick. But I did have Columbus. I mean, though, you're talking about what I bet. I have Columbus in the series, so.
All right. So in-game total right now in this hockey game is 3.5, but it's too low. I can't jump on that in 3.5. All right. So, Teddy, let me pick your brain a little bit. NBA basketball. Let's talk some series prices here.
All right, hang on. Last. Was there any other questions from the guys? I appreciate the guys asking all the interacting in the.
Oh, you like the lighthearted questions?
I'm sorry if I'm not answering all your questions right, but I'll do my best.
Last few questions for Teddy before we throw some basketball at him here. What do you guys want to know from Ted?
I just don't want to diss him. We started like we got in it, and I can take this hat off. I need a haircut so bad. I got to leave this hat on.
You can feel free to ask Teddy.
That never happens to you. All right, nobody gives a shit. Let's talk NBA.
A Vegas question, like no, you know what? Everyone's on. We're on a little bit of a delay. That's why it takes like 15 seconds. Then it comes back. All right. So yeah, the questions will start to pile in here. So NBA.
If somebody said, "What's the best sports book in town?" I mean, that's not an easy question to answer.
Goldster asked, "Will you ever come to Canada? Are you gonna? Will you be coming to?"
So I've been to Canada many times, but it's been like a decade since I've been up there.
I like Drew's question. Have you ever mugged anybody wearing what you're wearing right now?
In fact, I mugged somebody in Canada.
Nate Brooks is asking. This is a good question. Where are you in your house? Are you in a garage or are you like in a basement with the backdrop?
No, this is upstairs. I got my house like that it's like a 2-story house, and the 3rd story is like a converted attic, I guess you would call it.
Cool. Yeah.
It's about, it goes all the way that way.
All right. Well, he's never met Mick Ossie, so that's not a good question to ask. Tradition guy asked, what's your favorite sport to bet futures on?
Season wins across sports are good. NFL season wins have been very, very good to me over the years. I cannot, and even as tough as that marketplace is now, it's still vulnerable. I got to call NFL season wins because every half win is worth so much.
You like NFL regular season better than college regular season wins?
Yeah, because in college, the half, like in college, as you're doing your analysis, you can't be wrong about anything. In the NFL, you can be wrong about a game because there's enough upsets and enough chances and enough, Whereas in college, you look at the teams, it's coming down to these 3 games,
You're
their
right.
win totals, and the NFL, it's not coming down to these 3 games usually.
The college totals, I like them. That's why I like to buy low, like we talked about last year with the Florida Atlantic 4.5s and shit. But you're right. You bet college, you lose one game that you're not supposed to. You know what I mean? You're fucked. You know what
You're fighting an uphill battle real early. Yeah,
you're right, because the odds makers really, they're hard with the wins. It's like, man, if we lose that non-conference game, man, they're not getting to 9.
Florida State last year.
Yeah.
Unless you had under. If you had Florida State under, you're feeling really good. Oh, but then there's a hurricane game, and that great bet is shot.
Somebody asked, did you convince Paulie Howard to come back to SBR?
It wasn't hard to convince him. There was how do I phrase this? Do we even have a public statement on like why he left and why he came back? I don't think that we did. It wasn't anything with me and Paulie. Me and Paulie are good. He had issues at his main job that he had to deal with, and that was a priority, and he was able to work through them and felt comfortable, and SBR felt comfortable. There was never any bad blood between me and Paulie or Paulie and SBR or any of that. I don't think. Not that maybe there's not that I'm aware of, but Paulie's my boy. Me and Paulie are good. I think. I hope so. Fucker.
All right. One last question. This is actually a good one from Kyle. This is a more serious one. When did you decide that you were going to become a professional handicapper and a pro gambler, gamble for a living? At what age? What was there a moment or a year or like at what age? What made you live this lifestyle?
Sure, it's a good question, and you're going to have to indulge me because it's a little bit of a story, So I graduate Michigan. I'm in my 20s. I'm hanging out in Ann Arbor. I start managing a bar. 6 months later, I got a job that summer working at a bar. 6 months later, I'm running the joint. And 6 months later that I'm a bookie. You know, I didn't grow up betting.
So
I didn't bet at all.
You were running a bar. Next thing you know, you were taking bets at the bar for people.
Bingo. You know, and I got a partner who's taking the bets. I'm just, you know, I'm recruiting the clients. You know, it's a real. I'm front of the house. You know, real easy job. Oh, you guys looking for someone? Yeah. Here, call my boy.
The owner took care of the handle at the end. Of the day, yeah.
It was a good gig. So I'm watching everybody lose. I'm putting a little bit of cash away, and I kind of want to get out of the elite. You know, I didn't want to be doing illegal stuff forever. You know, I'm like, make your cash and get out before you lock in. So I left Ann Arbor. I was trying to buy a place. I was trying to buy a place up north. I had a deal set, went through. Another deal didn't go through. Whatever. And now I'm managing another joint, and I start betting, and I get my ass kicked. Bowl season '95. I talk about this in like the long story and the whatever. This is a seminal moment. The bowl season '95 ended January 1st, '96, where I just had no idea what I was betting, and doubled up and tripled up and lost all my money. And I was broke for 2 months, and I had to work the next 2 months. All my money went to my former partner, who I was now betting against. And I learned a lesson from that, which is if you're going to bet, do it seriously. So that following season was really the first year that I took it seriously. And I kept records. And what am I, you know, that was the first time that I worked with a spreadsheet. In fact, that was the football season of 1996.
So it was the first time you started keeping actually official. Because a lot of
where I'm tracking what I'm betting every week.
Know what they fucking won and lost, right? It's like,
sure, that was a direct result of me getting crushed that bowl season. Was if you're going to do this, you're going to do this and pay attention, and you have to get better at it. And I had a decent football. I didn't have a great football season. I had a profitable football season in 1996, and then I did it again in 1997. And I had a good year. I hit 63 point something percent start to finish. And I was just turning 30, and I'm having this big football season. I came out to Vegas in November. No, it was the first week of December. It was the week of the Army-Navy game. And I got a story about this week. That's how part of the reason I got in the tout industry was what happened to me, my bad experience that weekend with the tout when I came out here. But that was a weekend where I was coming out here with my buddies to celebrate 30, but I was like looking at it going, I think I'm going to move to Vegas next year. So it wasn't like one moment. It was one moment of losing that said, take it seriously. And then it was kind of 2 years of, yeah, let's really pay attention. Maybe I am good at, maybe I do know something. And it was all football. I didn't know anything about basketball or baseball or anything. You know, I knew football. I'm like, well, if you can beat football, you can learn the rest. You know, oh, it's so easy. And that's what happened. And then by the next football season, I was in Vegas. By then, 98, I was out here that August when I came out.
How did you, I'll ask you, how did you meet Morency? So Morency's already there when you moved there. How did you meet Dave?
Oh, man. Okay. So the first time I met Dave Morency, and mind you, I'm pretty outgoing. You know, I'm not one of these guys who's like shy or timid.
Yeah, in real life, it's true, because people know you from your hits, and sometimes you're serious at times. And with me, I think you're loose. You know what I mean? But yeah, in real life, Teddy is, you know, a joker, loud guy and shit. He'll bust your balls.
I'm so shy. So I come out here, first year out here, and there's I need to learn everything there is to learn, you know? So there's two shows that are instrumental for me.
Oh, the
radio
show. Yeah.
The first show is Larry Grossman. You can bet on it. And he was like the anti-boiler room guy, which I appreciated a lot. Dude, is that your second joint this hour, or is that the second half of it?
I'm stressed. I
need to know. Is that your second joint this hour, or is that the second half of the first joint?
Yeah. No, it's the second one.
Yeah. Nice, dude. That's a good hour.
It's the second one. Fucking
all right.
Craig Carton's
the first show is Larry Grossman. You can bet on it. The second show is the Stardust Line. in particular, the Sunday night Stardust line is Russ Culver, Steven Nover, Arnie Lang. Nover wasn't on yet. Sorry, Russ Culver. Nover didn't come on until the next year. Russ Culver, Arnie Lang, Dave Malinsky. And those guys, that trio, Russ Culver went on the next year to win the Super Contest, the Westgate Super Contest. At the time, it was the Hilton Super Contest. But that trio of Lang, Malinsky, and Culver, I listened to. I listened on the radio, and then I would start going down to the Stardust on Sunday nights. And just listening, and then, you remember do you remember the Dust? Did you hang out? Were you a Dust guy? The Dust was, I never felt more home anywhere in Vegas than I did in the Stardust.
No, you know what? It's the one thing I missed. It's the one thing I'm obviously aware of the show and the legend of it, but no, I never hung out there before.
Yeah, it was to me, it was the first place I felt home in Las Vegas, and from the moment I walked in there, I always felt a connection to the Stardust. It was the book, it was
exactly. Where was it located? Like,
where that giant hole is.
And like right where I used to live, right? Basically across the street, essentially.
It's further. No, it was just past Circus, further just south of Circus.
Yeah.
You know how now south of Circus now is this giant, vast, empty lot.
Oh yes. So closer, so across the street from the wing.
Yeah, that used to be the Stardust.
Yeah.
And the Frontier. Across the street from there was the Riviera, which also has been imploded now. Yeah. So that whole part of the strip doesn't even exist anymore.
I know. Wild Bill's. Remember, Wild Bill's is gone.
Sure. Wild Bill's was right there too.
Wild Bill's, man. I used to have that in my backdrop. Fuck, when I was on when we were doing the show in Vegas.
By Slots of Fun. The Slots of Fun is over there too.
That place is such a dump. We went there the other night.
Yeah. But so Malinsky. So anyhow, and I'm just a guy. I had, in terms of like my self-confidence as a sports bettor, I wasn't. I had a lot to learn. The first year out here was hard. The second year out here was hard. And I was very open. I want to learn. I want to know. I wasn't selling plays. I was like, God forbid. I was like, what can I learn? And Malinsky, to me, I was just drawn to his analysis. Though, the way Dave breaks down a game is poetry sometimes.
Yeah.
And it's poetry. So, but I introduced myself very meekly and quietly. Hi, I just moved to town. I just wanted to say I really appreciate it. And that was my first interaction with Malinsky. And then years later, when I got on covers, he was already there, and he emailed me, and he's like, "We should have lunch." And I'm like, my jaw dropped, dude. It was like beautiful for me. It was a dream. I was really excited that he knew who I was and wanted to have lunch with me after I'd been like, starstruck by him. Not starstruck, but like I had nothing to say. Like I was tongue tied when I went to go, "Hey, nice to meet you. I just want to say I really appreciate, I had nothing to say to him,
Dave's the man.
We had lunch. We've been friends since.
That's great.
Good in the second period, brother. You got under, right?
Yeah, they're on the power play, actually, which is dangerous.
Oh, you're screwed then. I just saw it was nothing still.
It's 13:03, so we need 2 minutes, another 2 minutes, 3 minutes on the power play. But
you're fucked then.
No, but the team on the power play, I have. So I'm all over the place here, Teddy. Honestly,
just no shorthanded. Just no shorthanded.
Exactly. I've got like 5 or 6 bets per hockey game, like type shit. Holy motherfucker. Is there 2 of them in the box now, or is there?
Mm-hmm.
Is it a 2-man advantage? Oh my God, I'm fucked now. It's a 2-man advantage.
Oops.
Yeah, now here it comes. Yeah, there's going to be a goal. Two-man advantage. All right, let me.
All right, what do we got? Let's do quick hitters on these series prices. I feel like we've under handicapped.
Oh, here it goes. There's
I got 10 minutes. You got me, dude. I'm trooping up. Actually, I thought I was having freaking coffee jags before. I brought a whole thing of Ricolas. Just in case.
That didn't.
Fine. So, but what do we got? 10 minutes. Let's bust this out, man.
It didn't
bust
take
it out.
They just scored, fuck, right away.
Of course they did, dude. I brought it up. I said you're looking good, and that was the kiss of death.
Oh, you mushed it just like blessings, totally.
Yeah,
I'm mushed me in a good way.
I apologize. That was
not your fault.
I feel like I was partially responsible for that.
No, it's not your fault. There's fucking
no, it's me. It's all me, bro. It's all I can do that.
Like the people that, blame the announcer for the no-hitter. Fucking announcer. Yeah, the announcer threw the pitch. Fuck, All right. Let's blast through the NBA series prices here. And, series prices correlate if you got a thought on a game one. But Milwaukee Bucks and the Boston Celtics. Interesting series. I see there's a little bit of movement here. The Boston Celtics are now minus 160 favorites against the Milwaukee Bucks. A beat-up Boston Celtic team. I think they could live without Kyrie Irving. To me, losing Marcus Smart is a big thing here. The guy just does so many things for them, Teddy. But is Milwaukee ready for prime time and ready to beat Boston 4 to 7 times?
Okay, so how much is Stevens versus Prunty worth?
I got to believe a game and a half.
Exactly. Who's the best player on the floor?
The best player on the floor, the Greek Freak.
Not even close. Exactly. Milwaukee's got the best player on the floor. Okay.
Boston's got a better coach. Boston's got the mystique more. Yeah. Okay.
I like the fact that the Bucks went up 2-1 on Toronto last year and lost the last 3.
You think they learned a lesson?
I do. I was reading a bunch of Jason Terry quotes for Milwaukee, talking about how his team is toughened up a little bit from where they were last year. Terry's like the 14th guy off the bench. But still, I like the veterans, Who else they got? Amir Johnson, right? Oh, no, he's in Philly. Who do they have? The Bucks had a couple of veterans I was all excited about. Anyhow, I think Milwaukee's live. Yeah, Amir Johnson's in Philly. I don't know why I said he was in Milwaukee.
It's hard to keep up with Amir Johnson. No, they've got a nice roster, actually. Jabari Parker is getting healthier. He's a big difference maker, Teddy. He's a good player, and he's been hurt all the time, but now he's in the mix, man. You got Eric Bledsoe. Brogdon's obviously injured, but the Greek Freak really is a fucking beast, man. He really is. But Jaylen Brown's damn good as well, and as good as the Greek Freak is, I got Jaylen Brown listed pretty damn good as well. To me, it's a toss-up series. From a betting standpoint, I don't see value on either team.
If I'm going to bet, I want the dog. I'm telling you, I understand. Everyone's telling me what this coaching edge is worth and how much the coaching edge is worth. And okay, maybe it's worth something. I still think the dog's as good as a favorite.
Miami Heat and the Philadelphia 76ers. Miami Heat minus 450, Heat plus 350. What do you make of this series?
I think Miami's live.
I'm a Miami Heat backer. I believe in the Heat. I believe in their players. I like their toughness. I got to tip my cap to Spoelstra. I used to think that he was just a dumb whatever there for LeBron and etc. But the guy can coach. You can't dispute this. The guy has paid his dues. He can motherfucking coach. What I like about Miami is they're sort of like the old school Miami teams in a sense. It's not the same in a modern NBA, but they're fucking tough, Teddy. They've got tough dudes. Kelly Olynyk is a good scrapper and guy that does the little things. They got a bunch of the guys named Johnson that are good.
Yeah, Tyler and James.
Yeah, the Johnsons are all good.
They're really good. And they're underrated because their name is Johnson. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know. They're just sort of
in general. Yeah. A Johnson or a Jackson is going to be underrated because there's too many other guys that are named the exact same, and it's hard to stand out.
Nobody knows who the fuck Tyler Johnson is. You're right.
Nobody. Yeah, dude can ball. And the thing he can do, it allows them to play essentially a 2-point guard system.
Justice Winslow, bring up Justice Winslow. You're not the best offensive player, but same shit, man. These are just tough guys. They're like a street ball team. They're tough guys to deal with, Teddy.
Yeah, I don't think he could. And again, everyone's talking about Stevens, Prunty. When's the last time Brett Brown in a playoff win?
Yeah.
And say what you want about Eric Spoelstra. Of all the coaches in the NBA, I probably respect Spoelstra the most. Because you know where he started. You know his story, right? He was cutting video, dude. That guy earned his every promotion he got through the Miami Heat system to become Pat Riley's boy. He earned by working his ass in the frickin' some crappy little office cutting video at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Santa Barbara or St. Mary's or one of these. Played in the WCC, didn't he? Like you said, yeah. He paid his dues from like the ground. Yeah, he was a college guy, scrapper, gritty guy. Yeah, I got to give him credit. You're right, too. I've always questioned Brown. I don't think Brown in their little trust the process shit, the Brown's the right guy to take him to the next level.
Well, hey, trust the process. What's the next part of the process?
Winning a playoff series.
Winning a playoff game. Losing the next part of the truth is the next part of the process is losing playoff series. That's the next part of the process.
Do you think Miami, are you saying they can win or are you going to call? You think the Philadelphia gets upset here?
I think Miami, well, and again, the prices I was seeing was Miami in the plus $5 range. Okay. At that price, I think Miami's live. I think Miami wins that series more than 1 out of every 6 times.
Joel Embiid, there's talk of him returning.
Great.
Not expected to play in game 1, but he's expected back in the series.
And look, there's 1, 2, 3 Cancun potential here for Miami. Okay. I didn't like the way their season ended. I didn't like Hassan Whiteside's comments. I didn't like the way that Whiteside matched up that well against Embiid. Miami's not a lock, but I think Miami wins this series more than 1 in every 6 times. And that's the probability of it. And that's the math of it.
San Antonio Spurs and the Golden State.
Impossible series. Pass. Who do you trust? Who do you trust?
I think Golden State waxed them. I don't think much of San Antonio, Teddy.
I don't either. But you know what? I don't think much of the Warriors. You know how many wins the Warriors, and again, a regular season, blah, blah, blah. You know how many wins the Warriors have over a playoff team in the last month and a half?
None.
They had one. They had the one at, was it OKC?
Oh, yeah. 1 or 2. You're right. They won.
Yeah. I don't trust Golden State. Not to lay that kind of price with them. No way. Not when I
think they'll flick the
against Pop.
Who does San Antonio have? Listen,
nobody.
We're not going to waste our time on an 11 to 1.
DeJounte Murray, dude.
Fuck DeJounte Murray. What about the number in game 1? -8. So I guess you're not in a hurry to be laying 8.
It's an impossible game. And again, I want no part of that series. That's the one I can tell you right now. I want no part of that going into game 1. I have no preconceived notion in that one.
You're like the soup Nazi in Seinfeld. Next. All right.
If I got an opinion, I'll give it. If I don't, I'll tell you. I want nothing. I don't trust either team.
It's 11 to 1. Fuck. What are we going to do with that? This next one, I suggested this earlier when I was looking at the dogs that I think can win here, and I'm actually surprised the number is what it is. I think the Pelicans are a live dog to beat the Portland Trailblazers. Blazers are -210 in the series.
So it's funny because my gut reaction on that is, hey, let's look at Portland. And I started looking at Portland, and I got less and less interested in Portland and more interested in New Orleans. Pelicans been a real good road team. Real good road team. They're like 2 half-point ATS losses away from being 12-1 in ATS last 13 on the road. Good road team. You want to have fun? All right. These are the 2 coaches. You want to look at their ATS records in the playoffs. Not their straight-up record, their ATS records. Here's your homework assignment. Dwayne Casey, Terry Stotts. Give you a hint. Long-term bet against.
Yeah.
Big time. So, yeah, the more I looked at it, almost my first reaction was Portland, and as I started working the game, I'm like, no. And New Orleans are pass. Yeah. Game. I don't know about the series. Maybe. Stranger things have happened. Again, who's the best player on the floor?
Anthony Davis.
Exactly.
You know, that's what I was going to say. Damian Lillard's good. He's better than good. But I don't like betting on a team where I'm relying on a fucking point guard to drill 7 threes and fucking score. It seems like unless Lillard does the Superman act, they don't win. McCollum can't be trusted. The other guys are all just sort of role guys. To me, the Pelicans, they just have star players that no one talked about either. Anthony Davis is fucking good. He's one of the best players in the league. They're not going to have anybody come close to be able to stop him. Rajon Rondo can distribute the ball. He's been here. He's done it. This is the first team that Rondo's been on in like fucking 7 years where he doesn't want to shoot everybody on the team. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, it is. It's like the first time Rondo likes the team he's on, right? It's like, dude, are you happy anywhere? Yeah, I guess in New Orleans. He seems to get along with these nut jobs here. So, and Drew Holiday's a fucking stud. You got Meritic. They're a pretty deep team, guys. They can light the lamp up, these guys. They got multiple guys on the floor that can score. They're athletic. They play an extremely quick pace. I think they'll have Portland on the run in this series.
Yeah, I'll be probably looking to play some of these games over.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So you're in agreement. You think live dog with the Pelicans in the plus 175 range?
I agree.
All right, good. Fucking massive number here, Teddy. Rockets are 40-1, fucking minus 4,000 against the T-Wolves.
They'll win. You want to jump? You want to be a bridge jumper? Take Houston.
Yeah.
T-Wolves are not live to win that series.
No, I know. I can't buy in either. All right, Oklahoma and Utah. This is one of the more interesting ones here. Utah Jazz versus the Oklahoma City Thunder. What do you make of this one, Teddy? The Utah Jazz, one of the best teams in the NBA over the second half of the season. Played great basketball down the stretch. I didn't like their performance in Portland the other night, but hey, it is what it is. Taking on Oklahoma City, who a lot of people, consider to be underachievers, and the chemistry isn't there. But you've got Russell Westbrook, and Oklahoma City has home court. What do you make of this series?
So, and I'm just looking at something. And yeah, wow, two-way action. Okay. This is a hard series. It really, I mean, in my opinion, the Western Conference first-round series are harder for me than the Eastern Conference. I got opinions on, I think, every Eastern Conference series. And in the West, they're harder to come by. Utah has just been kind of good. Record-wise, second best team in the NBA since Gobert came back. Only the Rockets were better. And again, the second half of the season, that doesn't matter that much. Other teams have different goals. But defensively, this is an elite team, truly elite. And I'm a Quinn Snyder fan. So there's a lot to like about Utah. That being said, who's best player on the floor? You're going to get to 3 before you get to the Jazz. Where the Jazz supposed to get their offense from? Donovan Mitchell, really?
Exactly. Rudy Gobert.
So, it's a hard series. I don't. It's not one that I got a stronger opinion on.
Push comes to shove. It's a tough one too. Push comes to shove. I think Oklahoma City beats them, as you stated. Rubio's been really good, but it just seems Oklahoma City have better players. Oklahoma City should be able to win this series.
Right.
Paul George needs to step up. I mean, the guy's always talking about how great he fucking is, and he wants to be paid like he's LeBron James and shit. Well, fucking do something, right?
Well, someone's got to get the ball into his hands, too.
Yeah.
Because Paul George ain't the guy dribbling up the court.
I think it becomes the Westbrook show. 2-0 Sharks. No overtime coming in this one, most likely, but the Sharks are up. Is that 3-0? Holy shit, the goals are racking up here. Suddenly our fucking total is in question, though. Holy motherfucker. 3-0 San Jose Sharks. Indiana Pacers and the Cleveland Cavaliers. Cavaliers minus 600. Pacers plus 450.
Cheap, isn't it?
It felt short to me. When you look at the other prices here, like it surprised me that the Raptors would be minus 700 against the Wizards, and the Cavs
There's no love whatsoever for the Cleveland Cavaliers in the betting marketplace.
And honestly, the Pacers don't have a hope in hell of winning this series. They're losing 5.
Well, the one thing about Indiana, though, I mean, when you look at all these teams, look at the 16 playoff teams. Tell me the team you know the least about.
Well, I host a daily DFS show, so I do know the Pacers, but I hear what you're saying.
They have been very quiet and very efficiently making me money all year long.
But the same way, Teddy,
the markets haven't bought in on Indiana. But Cleveland, the wise guys know they were finished number 29 in defense. The public knows that they were the worst god-awful favorite they've ever seen in their life. And they're not losing another betting on the Cavs. So there's no one that wants the Cavs. There's no groundswell of support for Cleveland right now. And I think that may leave them a little undervalued because they're, again, I understand Oladipo, right? And Sabonis and Miles Turner. He's not the best player on the court. He's the best player in the world still. And he's got a whole lot of shooters around him. So Cleveland are over, but I think the series price is cheap.
Total's 216.5. I think that's a fair number to bet the over, actually.
I've not yet put it in my pocket, but I expect strongly that'll be in my pocket before the sun rises tomorrow morning.
When you look at the matchups this year, Cleveland 115-108, Indiana 97-95, Indiana 106-102, Indiana 124-107. But Cleveland,
you can't look at those.
Exactly.
Gabe,
nothing, you know?
You can't look at those and think they're meaningful in any way if they're at, before trade deadline.
Exactly. They're completely
the only thing that matters for the Cavs, anything that you have for the Cavs is post All-Star break. And even that doesn't matter. Cleveland these guys don't even know each other.
What about the point spread? Is it too short at 6.5? Feels pretty low for LeBron James at home in the first round of a playoff series.
Have you had fun laying points with the Cavs this year?
No, but that's why it is what it is, and that's why it's not 9.5.
Right. That's yeah. I mean, no, it's not a game. I'm more excited with the total than the side there. I'm more inclined to play over than I would to lay or take. Indiana's really good in this role. All they do is cover point spreads, man.
Yeah. I'm not feeling it. I think it will be higher scoring, but I'm not feeling the Pacers in this one. And it leads us into finally in closing, the Washington Wizards and my Toronto Raptors. Raptors minus 700 series favorites. And both me and Cam earlier today said I thought it would be like minus 450. I'm surprised it's this high.
Let me get I did a bunch of work on this series. So the Wizards are like the Heat. They have 1-2-3 Cancun potential. I don't know that Washington wants to be here. I really don't. And I think if Toronto gives them a punch, if Toronto's up 2-0, Washington's not the best bet you'll have all series is Raptors game 3 plus, pick them or whatever at Washington. Because the Wizards will go home. They're not fighting back. But Dwayne Casey in the postseason, he's had 4 of them with the Raptors, right? You see how many home losses as favorites they have?
Do you know what's his ATS record in the playoffs with the Raptors?
I got him at 12, 27, and 2.
Dear God.
The best year he had against the spread was 35%. They went 7-13 the year they made it to the conference finals.
Yeah.
And again, it's the home losses as favorites in these series. They've had 7 playoff series. The first home game, they're 1-6 straight up. DeMar DeRozan, quote, "We didn't get 59 wins for no reason. The hunger, the push, the pain of the grind all season, the failures from the previous years, kind of carrying that over. It definitely feels different this year." Knock, knock. Not with my money, it doesn't. Raptors going to have to prove it. Raptors go up 2-0 on Washington. I'm telling you, I'll be on them game 3. But I need to see them go up 2-0 before I start believing in Toronto. I need them to kick them and kick them again because that's what the Raptors have not been able to do in years past.
As a Raptor, to me as well, I think it's the Raptors almost need to come out and kick the shit out of them in the first game too. And in the first 2 games to get their confidence. The Raptors, when they're a confident team, they're a dangerous team. But in the back of their mind, they have to know there's that doubt about Casey. There has to be the doubt about Casey within the organization in the playoffs. If the Raptors got eliminated quickly here, even in the second round, I'm not talking about the Wizards, but even if they lost in the second round, I would be shocked if their patience starts to run out, that they keep hitting the wall here.
Casey's coming back. And it'd be foolish to dismiss him.
Well, it's hard to fire a guy that wins 59 games and 55 games every.
You should think about where this franchise was before he got there.
Yeah.
Okay. And
a lot of it's not on Casey. Casey has his issues, but a lot of this is Kyle Lowry as well. Lowry hasn't played well in big moments at times, or he's been hurt.
Sure.
And he's actually healthy right now. To me, this is you know, this is a legacy playoff run for these guys. You know, DeRozan's elevated his game to a top 5 scorer in the NBA, and he's very consistent, and he's a good player. But they need to take this next step. It's going to be fucking tough to beat Cleveland when they get them, but I think they get through the Wizards here in like 5 games. As you stated, Teddy, look at the Wizards. They just quite simply hate each other. And not in a good way where, well, not everyone gets along. But you know, no, they just don't like each other. They all don't like John Wall. Wall doesn't like them. There's friction amongst everybody. Kelly Oubre's depressed right now, and I'm not mocking it, but he's got depression issues. He said the other day, I've got a lot of shit going on. You know, this is, you know, Gortat runs his mouth too much. They're all over this place. They're all over the place, this team. They need to be separated, right? John Wall needs to get fucking traded and move on. He should just go to fucking San Antonio, and the Spurs would actually be content. But the Wizards, like you said, I don't really think they want to be there that much, right? You know, look, they're 3-7 in their last 10 games.
All right, 2 things to talk about here. One is that, in a sense, the Wizards are the Raptors. This is the sense. They're a good team. They're a very good team. They're not a championship team. You look at the, you know, if you add anyone but LeBron to Toronto, they're not a championship team. I mean, who in the NBA do you put there? It's all right. Now they're a championship team tomorrow. You know, there's nobody there. Toronto's like their peak guys are really good, but not that next level good. Same thing with Washington. You know, they're good. They're a playoff team. They have talent. They're always going to be a playoff team. They're not, that core is not a championship caliber core.
The Raptors are better than the Wizards, but I get the analogy. And, you know, the Raptors sort of become what the Clippers were before.
Yeah.
57 wins, you lose in the playoffs.
Exactly. Yeah. And here's the one thing about Washington, though. We had 3-7 in the last 10 games. Washington, I got them 10-15 straight up since the All-Star break. Right? Listen to the 10 wins. All right? Boston twice, Indiana, San Antonio, New Orleans, Miami, Milwaukee, Philly, Cleveland, and the 10th one was Charlotte when Charlotte was still in contention and actually playing good. So it's like the step-up games, they stepped up. They were just bored. And Wall was hurt. I'm not saying, I mean, the Wizards are 1, 2, 3 Cancun candidates, and they're, you know, not that different from Toronto candidates, you know?
I wouldn't want to lay 8. I wouldn't be laying 8 points in game 1 here either. I'll tell you that much.
So this is last year I did it with Toronto in game 1. I said, this is stupid. Milwaukee hasn't been in the postseason. I know the Raptors' track record, but so help me God, it's stupid. This is a year they got to win and cover a game 1. And, of course, they lost. They were never in it. It was never a question. You remember? I remember that game 1 because I was wrong in the first quarter, and I was on a limb, and I'm like, no, this is the year for Toronto. And I was wrong, and I was embarrassed, and it made me mad, and it was a mad bet. And it feels like this is the year for Toronto to bet I'm in game 1, doesn't it? I mean, it kind of does. I'm probably not going to play it.
Yeah,
I'm out, Morency, dude. I'm out, dude. I'm gassed. I'm about to start hacking. I got hours of work.
You're hitting the wall. We got through it.
Yeah, we did great, dude. We got through all the series.
Longer tonight than you normally do. Normally you get cranky after quicker than this, you know. You know, but it's like
probably, you know why?
Workout.
I'll tell you why. Because I'm watching. I'm at Isaac's practice, and I'm chain smoking, so I'm properly nicotine by the time I get home. Whereas, like, normally I'm up in the office, like 90 minutes up in the office, I'm freaking ready to go have a smoke, man. You know.
Yeah, like me, chain smoking weed during the show.
I can't say, yeah. You smoke indoors. I don't. So I gotta go downstairs.
Yeah.
And that's just the way it is, my friend.
I don't have a kid here. Teddy, God bless you. Thanks for the time, buddy. Hope you feel better.
Hey, had a great time. Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for your questions out there in chat world. Peace, guys. Good luck this weekend.
Teddy. And once again, I'm an idiot. I forget the music. Oh, hold on, Teddy. You still here?
Yeah. What do you want? You got music for me?
Yeah, I want to get music for you here, but here, hold on. We got something for you on the way out here. for Ted Savransky. The people in the chat.
I appreciate the applause, guys. Thank you. Cheers. Is there actual music here, or is it just like a crowd? What song is it you want to hear? Freebird.
Yeah, we got a rowdy crowd here tonight in the studio. Thanks, Teddy.
Cheers, guys. Have a great night.
Ted Savransky. See, Teddy's under the weather, and he went longer with us here tonight. Man, I really got to start to remember to start playing that fucking music, the guest music. See, Ty Rich, exactly. You're gonna clap a bit. Great stuff with Ted Savransky joining us here this evening, talking the NBA. 3-0 right now. Fuck, I thought it was. I didn't realize they scored that second goal. And of course, the one night that I take the overs in this stupid fucking Pacific Coast League shit, it's 5-3 right now. We need 12 runs. And Fresno, it's 3-0. They haven't scored. But crazy, eh? I'll be all right. I need this Ducks game to stay under 5.5. We're on the San Jose Sharks, but they already paid us for it because they're up by 3. Now we sweat. Now we sweat out the total. All right, we got some Colombian soccer Premier League. 1-0 at the half. Patriotatos. It's like the Patriotados against Aguilas. I got no strong feel. Esports. Philadelphia Fusion. I don't know what the fuck that is. San Francisco Giants are up on San Diego right now, 7-0. San Diego only have 1 hit. San Diego only have 1 motherfucking hit in this game. All right. So yeah, we'll run over the game by game point spreads here. Now we got series prices. You know what? I'm really liking this right now. Now 2-0. 2-0 Drew's the worst lead. 3-0 is a good lead. 2-0 is the dreaded lead. The dreaded lead. I think the funniest part when Teddy fucking asked me, did you light another joint up, or is that like? I was like, what? I smoke more when I'm stressed out. Yeah, 2-0 is the dreaded lead. That was good, wasn't Teddy? I'm like, yeah, so. Like I said, it's like Carton the other day. He's like, man, you smoked like 9 spliffs the other day. I'm like, I didn't smoke 9 spliffs. Like, I might have smoked 9 spliffs. I didn't take a break that many times. Wait, we haven't taken a break yet. I got to get up and stretch here, man. I swear, I'm doing so many shows. I got back issues. Yeah, exactly, Big Will. I'm not proud to admit this, Big Will, but you make me feel better. I got a half ounce yesterday, 14 grams, and look. When I bought this, I was like, wow, should last me a fucking, little while, 3 days at least or something, maybe. It's 24 hours later. It's almost all gone. I got like a chest pain too. Like I said, I've been blazing too much in the last 24 hours. I'm stressed out. I got problems here, right? We need this game to stay under, man. Exactly. You guys should see like NFL Sunday for me, man. Like I fucking like the Hawaii games and shit. Like sometimes I fucking hate that. It's the one thing I will admit. Like I smoke a lot of weed. Like when I have money on games, man, I'm blazing a lot. Fuck. Even when we were in Vegas, That's why I sort of picked out Circus because I was smart. I knew. Circus, I knew. I'm all stressed out and shit. But Circus has like a fucking side door. You're in the parking lot. And it's not a long walk, fuck. So I knew. So Circus is perfect. I kept stepping out all the time, fucking in the parking lot during the games and shit. Yeah, those were little spliffs, though. Because I had to roll those, Drew. I knew those joints that I rolled in New York were smaller than usual. Due to the fact I was trying to blaze them fast right on the fucking street. I mean, we're on 6 fucking, we're in the middle. There's a police station like down the street from there. It wasn't a good idea to smoke weed right there on the street in the first place. So I was trying to like just do quick ones, You start, trust me, I'm a veteran. Exactly. I didn't have a lot of weed that day. I'm a veteran on this. If you're smoking on the street and shit, all right, and there's cops around, and like where me and Drew were, there were cops everywhere. It was fucking on 6th Avenue in New York. Fuck. We're on 6th and like 42nd, for fuck's sakes. Like 2 minutes from Madison Square Garden. There's cops everywhere. And there's people everywhere. So the people don't really care, but it's not like, it's not the best place to smoke weed on that corner, fuck, all right? And the sidewalks are small. There's people everywhere. They're right in your face. So it's hard to like avoid it. So you're standing there. The only person that bitch, some hot chick walked past once when I was smoking. She was like, "Are you serious? Are you got to smoke here?" I just looked at her. She kept walking and shit. Some other people would all sort of cough when they walk by. But if you're smoking in public like that, you can't roll a big fatty. What's up, Goose? You can't roll a big fatty. You roll a big fatty, and then you're hacking and you're coughing and everyone's looking at you and shit. You got to roll smaller ones in those spots and sort of pop them off quick, Yeah, like Raptor games, you'll see during the Raptor games, they stress me out. Like, this is nothing. Once the Raptor playoff games, yeah, you know what? I got to start getting into the vape pens more. I really do. And that sucks, Drew. And also, I'm never leaving my place anymore either. Fuck, I'm doing a radio show from here. I'm here all day and shit. So before I'd smoke a little less because, I'd actually have to step out and do things sometimes. Now I'm just worn out and getting blinded by computers. And I got weird shit going on with my computer, man. I have an adapter that works sometimes. It doesn't work. I have an Ethernet cable that suddenly doesn't work today out of the blue, and it's a damn good one. I don't know. Dude, these MacBooks, it's like a mystery. They're worse than women. It's like, it is like this MacBook really is like a woman. It's hot all the time. Like it's on fire right now. It's hot all the time. But every day it's like different. I think, you know, listen, I'm beating the shit out of this thing. So I'm not really going to criticize it, but it's just bizarro world. Like one day the charger won't work, one day it does, then the port does dead. And it's like, it's just weird. It does weird shit, this Apple. It's probably lasted longer than an Apple's supposed to. It's actually been like 4 years of this shit where I've been fucking racking this shit up on it. Like, let's be real. This computer, as much as I bash it, it's done a lot of shows for us. It's been in multiple countries, various cities. This is one of the tougher MacBooks I've had. Like, I've gone through fucking 2 of them already, or 3 of them, right? I'll accept it. When this one goes, the power connector inside the laptop is becoming unglued, right, from plugging it in. Wow. Prop something underneath the cord. Interesting. Right now it's charging. Yeah, this screen ghoster, fuck. Just covered in spit. Not spit, but yeah, it's yeah, this, you know. No, I'm back. The thing is, Big Will, this is the strangest thing, Big Will, all right? The regular, I spent the big money for the official fucking adapter, okay? It didn't work. It didn't work. Like, it wouldn't turn on. Like, there's no green light. It didn't work. And for some reason, I fucking pulled one fucking ghetto fucking cheap burner out of the fucking closet, and that worked. So it never worked until today. I was in desperation. We were going to lose the radio show. I was just sitting here minding my own business doing a radio show today, and then suddenly, just out of the blue, the fucking adapter stops working. It just stopped. And I'm like, oh my God, we got 12%. We got 12%. We're fucked. And I just started going for Hail Marys, man. I was jiggling shit, moving shit. Fucking, I was like, I don't know, we'll try this one. And yeah, that's the thing. Big Will, to be honest with you, that's the best way of putting this. That's the best way of putting it. The actual hardware and the computer and what it does is great. It's easy to use. I've got no problem with it. But my deal with Apple is it's the functionality of it, which is the most important thing. It's like a bitch, like everything, man. Oh, this is loose. Oh, you burnt out this because you plugged it in too much. Well, I have to plug it in because if it's not plugged in, your battery will only last 20 minutes when I'm doing a show. Like, you can't win with these things. Like I said, when I go down, I'm just going to buy a fucking Lenovo or a fucking Acer or something. Move on. I'm going to get a desktop and shit. Yeah, that's the thing. It's just, look, I have another MacBook Pro here, but the adapter doesn't work for it. You know, it's the type of bullshit I'm talking about. Like, why would it work with the fucking cheap one, but not the official Apple one? It's just, it's whacked, fuck. I can't figure this shit out. I'm tired of it. But like I said, on the other end of this, guys, you know, I'm running a radio show off of this. You guys have no idea how many programs. I got like weird fucking like remote fucking Wirecast shit fucking hooked up. We haven't had the technical difficulties, you know, we used to have all the time. No, we fixed that. Pretty much every problem we ever have, it's my fault. Last week when we got knocked off the air, it was my fault. I fucking kicked the plug out of the wall. I literally like booted like the fucking by accident. I was watching soccer. I got pissed off. And I was like, fuck. I sort of like swung my foot. I didn't mean to kick anything, but like my foot got tangled up and I just unplugged like a fucking power bar by accident. I don't know. I think people that tune into our radio show just almost do it for entertainment. Well, what's going to happen today with these guys? They're going to unplug everything, trip over a cable, battery going to die? All right, we got to take a quick bathroom break here.
Hello, I'm Dave and Hiskey. And
Stretch time.
Take me out to the ball game. Take me out with the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and cracker jacks. I don't care if I never get back. Let me root for the home team. If they don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out with the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and cracker jacks. I don't care if I never get back. Let me root for the home team. If they don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game.
It's the worst version of Take Me Out to the Ball Game I've ever heard in my life. Terrible. Was it like the Jersey Boys or something? Take me out to the ball game. I apologize. That was terrible. Yeah, Las Vegas is going to win again tomorrow. All right, so the third period is starting. The Anaheim Ducks, what did I say before about like Canadian teams? And Anaheim's not a Canadian team by definition, but they are. They got a bunch of Canadian dudes. What did I say about Canadian players and shit doing stupid things? Anaheim brought this upon yourselves. It's a 1-0 game, and you guys start fucking going fucking batshit crazy like we knew you would. I should have loaded up more on the fucking Sharks, but I took the Sharks. They already paid us. They're up by 3, but we got to sweat out under 5.5, man. On this, I'm not going to be happy about this. Hello, fake Rob Pizzola. Tell us something that you that would lead us to believe that you're really Rob Pizzola, Rob Pizzola. Who wants to bet that Rob Pizzola is Baby Ruth? Or whoever the fuck it is. Tell us something that it would lead us to believe that you're actually Rob Pizzola. Hey, Pizzola. You're gone. Fake Pizzola. Rob Pizzola doesn't even tweet me, let alone come in the chat room here. You know, it's the same. It's the same. It's probably the same fucking dickhead that used to the fake Noel Butler. I don't understand though some of these dickheads. Like they want to watch the show and shit. If they would just come up with like, you know, like Zenny Petros. You can tell Zenny Petros is real. Vegas, LA under. The 5, I liked it better at 5.5. I liked it better at 5. I liked it better at 5.5. I like Las Vegas to win again tomorrow, though. All right, we got to take that quick break. I only came back for a second here because that song was so bad. What's up, man? Actually, I have like, I don't even smoke. I just smoke weed. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's a big, fucking neighborhood. There's not a lot of stores. Not a lot of stores around here. You gotta go up to the gas station. Oh, all right. I'm just betting on. I'm doing a podcast. I'm just betting on hockey. Yeah, I got money on the hockey game. Yeah, they suck. How you been? All right. All right. Wasn't a lot. I'm going to get back on the air, actually. I'm just fucking getting some breath. Yeah, I'll see you later. Okay, man. Your neighbor never talks to me. He's all drunk. Fuck. It's like, you got a cigarette? Like, no, it's a split. Then he asked me, he goes, you want to come over? Every time the guy's drunk, he doesn't talk much, but whenever he's drunk, he's always asking me, you want to come over for a drink? You know, I come down, and he's like below me in this window. I'm looking down. I told the guy, too. I'm like, dude, I'm on the air. And then he asked again 2 seconds later, so you coming over? I'm like, no, I'm doing a podcast right now. Yeah, he's a good guy, this guy. I never had an issue with this guy. He told me what he fucking sells, man. I swear to God. It was like the most tedious thing, yet he makes money. Like, he literally sells like fucking, it was like trains, planes, and automobiles. Like, he literally sells like shower curtains or something. Like, it's almost like he's lying. And he's like, no, yeah. He goes, I sell shower curtains. Like to hotels and chains, or I don't know, like industrial shit. Because he travels all the time. The guy's hardly there. He's always telling me, hey, I'll see you in 3 weeks. I'm going to fucking Cincinnati or something. It's a weird dude. I'll ask him. Next time, I'll ask him. If it's not shower rings, it's something like that where it's like, really, like it's the most boring thing ever. Like, he told me once, I'm going to a shower ring or shower curtain convention or something. Like, I was like, holy fuck. And then he told me, he goes, no, yeah, that's what I do. He started, like, he told me once for like 20 minutes. He described it in detail. And I was like, really, huh? But he's like one of the bigwigs at the company, and they provide, I think they provide shit to hotels, which is, someone's got to do it, right? No one ever thinks of that shit. My idea is I'm going to become a pimp. And you know what's crazy? Yeah, illegal. You're right, Big. Well, I got to ask him. I'm going to say, man, you got some of those shower heads and shit? Yeah, I'm going to become a pimp. And it's funny because I brought this up the other day about like sex dolls. And I said, yeah, I'm going to buy a sex doll and rent it out. Fuck. And turns out that's actually a thing in England. There's like a place where you go and you bang sex dolls. Fuck. There's $200 an hour. It's actually genius. Fuck. It's not illegal. I'll open up a brothel of sex dolls. It really is genius. I shouldn't even be giving this away to people. No, I'm going to have to hire someone to do that. I'm gonna have to hire someone to do that. Like, yeah. It's sort of like my buddy. You can't make this shit up, man. One of my roommates in the old days, man. What do you think is the worst job ever? Cleaning a sex doll. But my buddy, no, you guys don't get it. We're talking about these new clone sex dolls and shit. They're $7,000 to buy. Yeah, so my buddy my roommate actually worked in a peep show booth. And it was his job to mop up. Like, it can't get any worse. Like, really? It can't get any worse. Like, he was the manager of the place. Like, he didn't own it, but like, you know, he'd sit there, you know, in this little office thing, and he didn't deal with anyone. You know, he was in this little office thing, and he told me he'd read comic books all day. He'd read comic books, and but after he'd have to fucking go out. And I asked him. I said, "Dude, fuck." I said, "Why?" I said, "Why? Why are you working there? Like, what the fuck, man?" And he told me he had a mask. He said, "No, I put like a fucking surgeon mask on." And then this is the kicker, though. And then he goes, and I'm stealing all the change from the place. So I was like, oh, yeah, all right, now I understand. Because I was one of these deals where I was like, bro, like, people are talking, man. Like, you know, people are saying you work at a peep show booth and you're mopping up jizz and shit. Like, why are you doing this? I said, you know, like, well, why are you doing this? Like, the guy was a normal dude. I was like, well, why do you work here, fuck? And he goes, well, fucking don't tell everyone. But he goes, I'm fucking stealing the change. He goes, they don't know how much money. He goes, I'm taking like half of it at the end of the night. He goes, it was his job to take out the money. He goes, I'm making like $500 a night there, fuck. And he goes, and I don't mop up anything. He's like, yeah, so, yeah, the guy working, mopping the jizz, if you look at him and you're like, why? This fucking guy's working here mopping the jizz. He's stealing the fucking change, all right? He's stealing the money. The place that he worked to was fucking shady, man. Like, it wasn't like a normal peep show. Like, fucking, there used to be like fucking like drug deals that go down there and shit. That's the thing. People never think about that, right? But like I said, I've given away too much industry secrets here. But where's a good place to do a drug deal? Think about it. You know what I mean? Where is there no one around? Right. So that's the yeah, exactly. You have a private little office, fuck. You have a private little office that's not wired. You know the place isn't wired. You want to go and talk. You know what I mean? You put the fucking change in, the movie starts, and you fucking talk. All right, listen, we're robbing the bank tomorrow at 3 PM. That's what he used to tell me too. He goes, man, he goes, there's a few pervert dudes that go in there. He goes, for the most part, there's fucking hookers, and he goes, it's fucking there's fucking like mobsters meeting and shit. He goes, I just mind my own business. And it really is genius, right? Like, it is. You know, dude walks into a peep show. 10 minutes later, guy goes in with a briefcase into a peep show. 20 minutes later, one guy comes out of the peep show without the briefcase. The other guy comes out with it. You know, it's one of those type of deals. The only reason I'll say this shit now is because there's no more peep shows around. I don't think so. Otherwise, right now, the cops would be like, we're going there right now. Yeah, it's a pretty bad job, though, that one. I actually had a really good other idea the other day, besides being a fucking sex robot pimp. I had another really good one. It was actually good, but I forget it already. Fuck. Planning on 7th Avenue. Oh, that's it. I want to open the Heart Attack Grill here in Toronto. Except, guys, it was the same shit. All right, here's a match fix gate. What's your inside tip? You got NHL inside information? What, someone on the Minnesota Wild told the Winnipeg Jets told you they're throwing the game tomorrow? You figure, like, if someone's going to say they got inside information, it'll be like, listen, I got inside information on this fucking Division II soccer game. How do you have inside information on an NHL game? Yeah, we're going to look into this. It's not Bruce. Bruce is in the same place at once. Look at this. It's not Bruce. Deep fake porn. That's some fucked up shit there, man. Deep fake shit. Fake news. You want fake porn now. Fake porn. Deep fake porn. I heard about the deep fake porn shit. They stick like a fucking celebrity's head on something. They basically like stick Jennifer Lawrence's face on like a porn star getting fucking railed body. And I guess it looks realistic. I don't know. I don't know why, because I noticed that basically, I only say Jennifer because I saw she was freaking out about this. She was like fucking threatening to sue a bunch of people if they fucking kept putting her face on porn shit. I think Taylor Swift wasn't too happy about it either. Bruce Chad's into pizza porn. Bruce Chad's into pizza porn. Intermission. What's next? Robots. That's what's next. Robots. Pizza porn. Yeah, Bruce. Let me ask you, Bruce. It's true. Like, have you ever gotten, like, has there ever been like a cute delivery chick that's ever showed up? I actually know a dude. I told a story about my buddy that fucking called the chick delivering pizza and shit. The gigolo guy knew. But I know another guy, like a younger millennial type kid. He worked at the Fantasy Sports Network, and he worked for Uber Eats. You can tell the TV and radio industry pays a lot of money. So the kid had a side job in Uber. So he was working at Uber Eats at night and shit. And he actually said that some fucking like MILF chick, and he even said she was hot, like open the door, fuck with her tits, like no top on and just wearing panties and stuff, and asked him if he wanted to come in, and he didn't. He's got a fiance and shit. So that shit does happen. I've had chicks deliver pizza to me a few times, but they're never hot. they're never hot. Three nothing, 3.5 minutes left. San Jose on a power play again. See, that's what I'm saying about the Ducks. They just don't learn this team. Like this, constantly in the penalty box. Yeah, we're going to lose these baseball bets. Unbelievable. 3-0 in the hockey game, 7 minutes left. I got a nice play on the over here, on the under of this hockey game. We'll take it if we can get out of here with this, but I'm not happy. It wasn't a great night. To be honest, the overtime props are killing me. I've been doing it, and it's not something I like doing. Like, I've basically thrown away like fucking $250 in the last 2 nights on random overtime props. You know what I mean? Like, I'm trying to keep above and keep winning units, and these they're not happening. And the thing is, we can't stop because one of these nights they're going to come in, and it'll soften the blow a little bit. Hopefully, fucking tomorrow, man. I got to lower the fucking unit size now, though. Like, there's been 8 games. 1-7 is not good enough at this prop. 1-7 is not good enough. Now, I knew it wasn't going to be 43% again, but the thing is, a lot of these teams are choking. Like the Toronto Maple Leafs, they didn't play well. Like, you go down the list, the Anaheim Ducks tonight, fucking shit. The Philadelphia Flyers, shit. Like, all the talk about how competitive the NHL playoffs are, there's been a lot of puck line, like -1.5 wins and shit. All right, we'll take a quick break here. Oh, this water's catching up to me. And we'll come back. We'll take a look at tomorrow's hockey game, some of the NBA lines. We'll hang out for a little while longer. Won't be a 4-hour marathon. We're already moving into 3 hours here, but we'll ride out the rest of this game, obviously.
It's the Sportsbook Fantasy Playoff Pool presented by Rants. With over $50,000 in cash upper grabs and a chance to drive away in an all-new 2019 Ram 1500. The best combination of grit and grace. More leather and real wood than its competitors. Class exclusive heated, ventilated, reclining rear seats with best-in-class legroom. It's comfortably the most luxurious truck in its class. Like the luxury of having a defenseman who can defend and score. Go to sportsbet.ca and enter now.
The Galaxy keeps this place in business. Last week, they had something to celebrate. Jason had just finished university. So, they toasted his props, his TAs, his old roommates. Well, they toasted just about everyone. But I worry about and take care of my guys. So even when I know they're not driving, sometimes that means bringing them a little surprise. And then they had a drink to me.
Brought to you by Smart Serve Ontario and Arrive Alive Drive Sober.
I just found out my credit score can help me save money on a mortgage.
I just found out Omar and I use this body wash.
Some things are better to find out. Find out your credit score and report for free at creditkarma.ca.
Control of game 1 here in the first round playoff series. What's going on? What's your confidence? That's what they got
Settle down, Joe Lugo. I've got no problem with the Lord, but don't be the Chad Curtis of the locker room. Settle down, Tim Tebow. You're in a gambling forum here, all right? Yes, there's a lot of people on drugs. There's a lot of people that are drunk. And there's a lot of people that are betting. Although finding Jesus is not a bad idea. We don't have a problem with your message, Joe Lugo, but, you know, nobody wants to be preached to at 1 in the morning in a gambling chat room.
Anyone else like to share? How about you in the back with the glasses, sir?
My name's Bobby, and I am an addict.
Hey, Bobby.
Hi, Bobby. You know, you folks aren't here because you're gamblers. You are here because you are terrible gamblers.
Okay, Bobby.
These folks don't need to stop doing what they're doing. They just need to get better at it. Who's stealing?
Please.
Who's that? Come on. You're a rockabilly change. Bobby Riggs. I had a great idea. Male chauvinist pig versus hairy-leg feminist. You're still a feminist, right?
I'm a tennis player. I'm a sweet woman.
Don't hang up.
By the way, I shave my legs.
Billie Jean King.
My name is Gabby, and I'm an addict. After this, Zach Henkel's doing. Big Will's been high since '93. Kristen Brooks, Jesus. No, Joe Lugo's all right. Listen, we don't have a problem. I'm a God-fearing man. I have no problem with Joe Lugo's religion. As I stated, I don't want him calling people out. All right, so we got to wait till Saturday for the NBA, tomorrow night in the NHL. We got a 3-pack of games once again. The Philadelphia Flyers and the Pittsburgh Penguins, the total is 6. They always go over the number, these teams. I'm not a hockey over better, but these two teams just always go over the number. The Minnesota Wild, plus 170. Winnipeg Jets, minus 200. Match Fixer says he's got an inside tip that the Wild are the play. I think Minnesota are going to beat them again. I'm not really in love with laying minus 200. And then we get to LA and Vegas. I think Vegas is going to win, minus 160. It's a chalk night tomorrow night in the NHL. As far as totals, they're already adjusting. Vegas and the Golden Knights was 5.5, and then they made it 5. But they're trying to scare us off, just like they did in this Duck game tonight. They made it 5. They tried to scare us off, and it would have worked. We ended up betting the 5.5. You know the Ducks are going to pull their goalie, but they're down by 3. Really? Do you pull your goalie? I find if you pull your goalie when you're down by 3, you just make it worse. Like, I don't understand. Like, these coaches will do it too. It's like, wow, we'll pull the goalie. It's like, no, all you're doing is just making it more negative. Fuck, all right? It's another goal. It's them celebrating more. It's making all the fans pissed off. It's not worth it. Just lose 3-0. Get the fucking game over with. I fucking hate when teams pull the goalie when they're down 3 goals. It's like, listen, you're not scoring 4 goals, buddy. All right, you're not coming back. All right, the Ducks aren't coming back. There's a fucking better chance, like that Ronald Reagan drops the puck at fucking game 2 here than them coming back and winning this fucking game right now. If you're the Ducks, and I'll give them credit, actually, unlike the Leafs, they're not doing stupid shit now, at least. You know, when it was 3-0 before, they made their point. They started punching people a bit, but I'm saying, like, if you're the Ducks now, don't do anything stupid. Fucking don't take a dumb penalty, get suspended. You know, you lost the game, move on. San Jose looked like the much better team tonight, though. The Sharks have played a perfect game tonight. Like, they really have. Like, they're controlling the puck. They're all over them. They're physical. They look faster. Very, very impressive performance tonight from the San Jose Sharks. I can't lie to you guys. I'm looking at the hockey board tomorrow, and it'll come together tomorrow. It's been a long day once again. I'm not a big overnight bettor and telling, oh, take this tomorrow, I promise. Last night I told you if I was going to bet one NHL game, I'd take Boston and Toronto under 6. It finished at 6. It pushed. It shouldn't have pushed. It's fucking Kadri's fault. Seriously, it really is. The knee on Nash didn't get called. It led to a fucking a penalty being called seconds later. Then later in the thing, he takes the major, fucking 5 minutes, another goal, boom. You know, he's a fucking idiot, man. Those are 2 goals that didn't need to happen, and we would have won that fucking bet. That'd be the difference to me between a winning night and a losing. I'm gonna have a losing night tonight. Last night I had a small profit, and this is all because of the overtime shit. I'm 1-7 with this overtime shit, man. It's fucking frustrating. And what am I going to do tomorrow? Like, I can't not take it, but fuck, man. Are these games really going overtime tomorrow? I thought that this core, not tomorrow, but then Saturday will get the overtime. You know, I find that the day 2 games have better chances going to overtime. You know, like Columbus and Washington should go to overtime. 3 of the 4 times these guys played this fucking series, this went to overtime this year. But the Anaheim Ducks choked tonight. They're terrible. You know, they were taking penalties early. They fell behind, and then boom. Once they fell behind 1-0, it became a shit show. Fuck. They took another penalty. 2 guys in the box. Oh, they score right away again. Like, I blame Teddy. Teddy's like, oh, you're going to win your bet. I was like, no, there's 3 minutes left, and they're on the power play. Now, I'm going to the Raptor game, and I'm a big Raptor fan, but I don't want to lay the 8 points, man. My gut feeling right now for the NBA and this shit is that the Raptors win the game, but, by 6. I think the Raptors will beat the Wizards, but 8 points. Like, I'm going to the game, and obviously I'm going to be betting on this shit. I'm not laying 8 points with the Raptors. They better not lose this fucking game on Saturday. They always lose game 1s, man. They better fucking win. Like, I'm going to money line parlay the Raptors and the Warriors, and that is -159. Fuck, I'm going to have to put something else in here. Raptors and Warriors is -159. I am sort of thinking, I am buying what Teddy's selling here a little bit with the Miami Heat. I think Philadelphia are being a little bit overhyped. They're a very good team, but Miami are good too. And it's hard to get in front of Philadelphia. I'll tell you right now, on Saturday night, this is the plan. Yeah, we'll take the fucking... Yeah, we'll take the Pelicans +5.5, man. The Pelicans are going to beat the Blazers. The Blazers had a nice season, but they rely on Damian Lillard way too much. The Pelicans are actually good enough that if Anthony Davis is struggling a little bit, Drew Holiday can take over. Like, Drew Holiday is really, really playing well. Mirotic can shoot the ball. Rondo, man, guys get open. Rondo is a good distributor, and they're a dangerous team. Like, to me, I look at Portland, and you're Damian Lillard, and if Lillard's having a bad night, you're fucked. And even if Lillard's having a good night, it still means that you're not running away with the game. Listen, Portland beat Utah last night. Utah tapped out last regular season game. It is what it is. They tapped out. Nice win for Portland. I'm not going to take it away from them, but I think the Pelicans are a better team than they are. I don't think the Pelicans get any respect or attention because, number one, they play in New Orleans. Nobody talks about them. They're not on TV often. Number two, the name the Pelicans, and I'm not even kidding. I think the name the Pelicans, people just think they're sort of like a shitty, they're shit. New Orleans, the Pelicans, and number three, DeMarcus Cousins is hurt. So I think the casual fan is also, they're shit. All they have is Anthony Davis, and DeMarcus Cousins isn't even there. Like, they're actually a fucking dangerous fucking team, this Pelicans team. They play an extremely quick tempo. They play fast, but they're not reckless. They play a fast tempo. Anthony Davis is a fucking beast. Everyone talks about the Greek freak, but Davis is a monster, man. He can beat you under the glass. He can fucking extend you. They can stretch the court, and then he can penetrate it. The kid was a point guard when he was in high school, and he shot up. You know, he was like a fucking point guard, and then he got taller suddenly. So if Davis can handle the ball, they've got good spot jump up shooters. Holiday can penetrate to the basket. He can hit a three. To me, they're just deeper than the Trailblazers are. And also, like, I don't think they're intimidated. Exactly, Cody AV. Good to see you, Cody. But you know, Rondo's like I said earlier with Teddy, you know, Rajon Rondo is a great point guard. Like, he really is one of the best passers in NBA history. Like, his vision, him setting you up, he makes everyone on the court better. He really does. He can't shoot, but that doesn't really matter because they got guys that can shoot on the floor there. So I don't need him to shoot. Rondo's problem has always been he's never happy. He's never happy. Like, he should host sports. Like, he's fucking miserable, this guy. Like, he's never happy. Right? So, like, Rondo, he never likes his teammates. He's still feuding with fucking Ray Allen. He's not even on the Boston Celtics, and he's pissed that they fucking wanted to fucking honor Isaiah Thomas. Like, Rajon Rondo gets into it with coaches, players, fans, you name it. Like, Rajon Rondo is not an easy guy to get along with. But this is the one team, this is the first time in years that Rondo doesn't hate everybody. Rondo likes the Pelicans. He likes the coach. He likes his teammates. Like, Rondo doesn't have any problems, and you know, he's good in this situation. I think they're really, really live dogs, man, at plus 175, plus 180 in the series. And I think they have a real good chance of, I like them plus the 5.5 in game one. Yeah, so San Antonio and Golden State are the first game up Saturday at 3 in the afternoon. Warriors are -8. Totals 360. Money line's 360. Totals 209.5. Wizards and Raptors. Raptors -8. I don't want to lay the 8. I think the Raptors win by 6. It'll be right around the number. Fuck. I can just see the Raptors being up by like 9 with 4 minutes left, and fucking suddenly Beal hits a 3, and it's like, oh shit, you got to sweat out the point spread. Since I'm going to the game, it changes everything too. Well, the stakes are higher. It's going to be more intense. I'm going to be in the second row right behind the basket and shit. So, you know, starting tomorrow night, I'll start to put the Raptors on the back end of parlays and shit. When it's all said and done, I'll probably have like a dime or so on the Raptors when I'm there. I don't want to get too crazy because then I will get kicked out. I'll get angry, but fucking tickets, $300 alone, man. You got to fucking win some money at this game. Exactly, Big Will. They're going to win. They're going to win, but I don't want to lay the 8. And I don't think Golden State's going to lose to San Antonio. I'm going to put faith that Golden State flick the switch here. And I'm not talking fully flick the switch, but I just don't think much of San Antonio. San Antonio have LaMarcus Aldridge. That's it. Like, honestly, like, who the fuck scares you on San Antonio if you're Golden State? Even though Golden State aren't in sync, and they're not in sync, but everyone's back except Steph Curry. You've got Kevin Durant, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green. It's enough. Kevin Durant alone will be able to win this series for them, and you know they're going to win game one. They're going to set a tone and shit in game one. The Warriors that, hey, you know, we're not done. Exactly, not applicable. They're old and slow, man. Tony Parker and fucking Ginobili, Patty Mills, fucking Gasol. You know, they're not beating Golden State and I'm not even saying in a series, but I'm saying in game one, they're not going to beat them. And they're young guy. You got Aldridge as your best player. Aldridge is good, but he's more of a fantasy good guy than than win the game for you. Like Aldridge's one of these guys, you know, he'll put up nice stats and shit, but he's not going to take the game over. And the kids that they have, Kyle Anderson and DeJounte Murray, are fucking inconsistent as fuck. They're not a good road team, San Antonio. They're not a good road team against teams with winning records. I don't know. I think Golden State are going to show up. I'm not in love with laying the points, but I'm going to money line parlay at minus 160. Oh, I forgot about Rudy Gay. Yeah, Rudy Gay. Yeah, come on. Who would you rather have, Rudy Gay or fucking Kevin Durant, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green? They've got LaMarcus Aldridge, fine. Draymond Green will be on LaMarcus Aldridge. You know, and then after that, what are they going to do? Who's going to cover Kevin Durant on San Antonio? No one. They need Kawhi Leonard. They don't have Kawhi Leonard. You know, I wasn't kidding earlier when I said this. I wasn't kidding when I said this earlier, but John Wall needs out of Washington, right? They can't trade the whole team. And I know they're not going to want to do this, Washington, but you don't have a choice. We'll see what happens in the playoff series against the Raptors. But if the Raptors fuck them up and sweep them or they lose in 5 and shit, like I said, the Wizards don't like each other. Like, it's a problem. Like, Bradley Beal and John Wall are not compatible together on the same team anymore. Everyone knows it. You know, so basically you can fucking trade everybody else and keep John Wall and sort of start over and tweak shit. Or John Wall just fucking leaves, right? Thing is, you can get a lot for John Wall. So if I was Washington, that's what I would do. I would trade John Wall. I would get some good shit back for him, draft picks and shit like that, or a good player. And I'd have a new chemistry. I'd let Beal sort of become the new quasi-star guy and have a new guy. No, I don't trust them, Andy. Hill Country, Durant chokes. Guy's the MVP of the fucking playoffs last year. Listen, Durant has choked before earlier in his career with Oklahoma City, but so as I was saying about Wall, they're going to need to do something in Washington. It's no secret they don't get along. And to me, San Antonio, Greg Popovich and Buford have to stop worrying about Donald Trump's tweets so much and worry about their basketball team and realize that, listen, Kawhi Leonard will be back, except they pissed Kawhi Leonard off too. So Kawhi Leonard doesn't trust the Spurs anymore, the medical staff and shit. They have a bad relationship now. They think that Kawhi Leonard could be playing right now. Kawhi Leonard could probably play, but he doesn't want it. And it's not that he's like, oh, I'm not playing, but he doesn't trust them. And if he gets hurt again, he doesn't want to get hurt again. And so they're going to have to figure out the Kawhi shit in the offseason, all right? But if the Spurs want to keep this going for real, it's not going to work with the players that you have now. LaMarcus Aldridge is good. Kawhi Leonard is like all world and shit. But you need that third guy. And your third guy could be John Wall. You need a point guard if you're San Antonio. You can't win with you're not winning with Patty Mills and DeJounte Murray in the NBA. You're not, you can win 52 games and shit, but you're not really going to fucking scare teams. So you bring John Wall, you have John Wall, Kawhi Leonard, LaMarcus Aldridge, and you've got yourself a powerful team. Plus with the spare parts, you got yourself a powerful team. But as it is now, you got LaMarcus Aldridge and a bunch of fucking old dudes, man. I'm not saying that John Wall's a douchebag. I don't know the inner politics of their basketball team. Like, I don't, They can all dislike John Wall all they want. John Wall's their best player. And a lot of them are better because of John Wall, but they basically just think that John Wall has the ball in his hand too much, that shit runs through him all the time and it breaks the rhythm. And that they don't like the way John Wall talks to them either. Like John Wall's condescending to them sometimes. And that's the thing. Like John Wall, one thing I'll say about John Wall, and I like John Wall, but the thing about John Wall is he's not as good as he thinks he is. You're very good. You're tier 2 good. Like John Wall, like you're like DeMar DeRozan and Lowry. You know what I mean? You're a star, but you're not a superstar. You think you're a superstar, though. You know, like John Wall, like the other day, John Wall bitched that that LeBron gets more calls than he does. Now, listen, I don't like LeBron James, and I don't like all the calls LeBron gets, but it's kind of ridiculous that John Wall would even say that. It's like, well, John, LeBron James has been to fucking 6 NBA fucking finals, bro. You've never been out of the second round before. So that's why you're not getting the call. like he actually said, I don't get the calls LeBron does. Like, well, you're not LeBron James. That's why you don't. No, Satoransky obviously is not a star. Is he better than him? No, but sometimes teams are better without players, right? Listen, Washington are fucked anyways, man. Washington are Washington. Every sports team from Washington are the same. They really are. The Washington Capitals are chokers. The Washington Nationals are chokers. The Washington Wizards are chokers. The Washington Redskins aren't chokers because they're not good enough to choke. Fuck, They don't choke in big games. They don't play in big games. I don't know what it is. The city, it's true though. It just is. Listen, Toronto. I'm not saying Toronto's the same way. Toronto's the same way. Look at Toronto. The Blue Jays fucking made it to the fucking AL Championship Series, lost. The fucking Raptors made it to the Eastern Conference Finals, lost. Like the Raptors, the city of Toronto is very similar to Washington in the sports scene. A lot of regular season success. Look at the Leafs. The Leafs had a franchise record this year. The Leafs have been playing hockey for 101 years or something like that. They had more points this year than they've ever had before in their history. They're gonna get spanked by Boston. Hey, Kristen Brooks, you're arguing with yourself. Nobody said John Wall isn't good. What we said was John Wall and the Wizards don't get along with each other. We're not debating how good John Wall is. John Wall is a great player. That's not the debate. No one said John Wall sucks. What we said is John Wall and the Wizards don't get along. He doesn't get along with his teammates, like at all. They were happy when he was out. Have you ever seen a team tweet out before like they did? They were trolling him, fuck. They were trolling him. He actually got to the point where after games, Wizard players were tweeting shit, cryptic messages about, so much fun suddenly to come to the game. Great team win. Fuck. They're all tweeting each other, like fucking trolling, well, John Wall's not there. I didn't even say that either. See, that's the thing with people in today's day and age. I didn't say they should trade fucking him over Beal. What I'm saying is the Washington Wizards have a decision to make in what they're going to do with their team. And John Wall has a decision to make as to whether, he wants to be a Wizard forever and try to do it, or just fucking leave. You know what I mean? And as I stated, the Wizards can get a lot of shit for him. Yeah, it's been going on forever, Grabamex. They don't get along. We talked about it all year. The Washington Wizards aired their dirty laundry in public. Like, the teams don't usually do that, but I talked a lot about it on my shows. If you remember, the Wizards had a team meeting. John Wall's like the leader captain. So they started out the season well, then they started slumping, and John Wall had a team meeting. And John Wall came out of the meeting after, and he said to the media, they said, did you just have a team meeting? And he said, yeah. And normally they'll never say what happened in the meeting. And John Wall, who's the leader, he goes, yeah, we just had a team meeting. And he goes, to be honest with you, he goes, there's a lot of people in that room that have extremely thin skin and can't handle the truth. And to be honest with you, we shouldn't have even had the fucking meeting because it was a big waste of time. And it actually made things worse. I remember everyone we were like, ooh, fuck, man. And then Bradley Beal came out of the room. And Bradley Beal fucking basically said, you know, there's some people that think they can talk to people any way they want to talk to. And, you know, there's a lot of division in here. And, you know, we would have been better off not having this. And something's going to have to change. So basically they spelled it out. Fuck. John Wall had a meeting, bitched at everyone. Everyone told John Wall to go fuck himself. And John Wall got hurt. And then they went on a fucking 11-1 run. They all started trolling John Wall. And then the opposite happened. The Wizards hit the wall without John Wall. And then they all pretended they were happy he was back. And for a couple of nights, it was like, you know, it's good to have him back. He's a great player. And then after about 3 games of him being back again, they're back to hating each other. And now they play the Raptors on Saturday. But it doesn't mean that Beal and Wall can't get hot and start hitting a bunch of threes. You know, the NBA, though, they're all like that, guys. I remember Jalen Rose was talking about that, about playing with a teammate that he didn't like. Michelle Beadle said, did you play with a teammate that you didn't like before? And he fucking laughed. And he said, it's the NBA, Michelle. He goes, no one likes each other. He said, I played with more guys I didn't like than I did like. And he goes, it's irrelevant about that. But it's funny. He said, you got to learn to deal with it, right? And the Wizards clearly haven't. That's my whole point. But I was going to say about the Raptors aren't always perfect either. Like, the Raptors have good chemistry, but it's fragile too. Kyle Lowry and DeMar DeRozan are tight. They get along well off the court, but on the court, there's like a difference of philosophy. And with Casey and like the Raptors do argue and shit. Look, Ibaka punched someone in the face. Fuck. He punched one of the assistants, right? Like, the Raptors do fight behind the scenes and shit, but they are a unit. It's like a family. It's like a rock band, right? Or whatever, man. You're gonna fight. Fuck. It's just, you know, the Raptors will fight, but then hug it out after. Man, I love you, bro, and let's fucking go, right? Like, the Raptors will air it out, and it's all good. You know, the Wizards aired it out. It got worse. They aired it out again. It got worse. Like, there's not a lot to go. Like, maybe them being away from each other for a few months, but it's just going to rehash next year. And another thing is the Wizards are like the San Diego Chargers. They're now the LA Chargers. You know, like, it's sort of like it's the same thing every year. You're okay, but you're going to lose, you know? Curry, Westbrook, Chris Paul, Kyrie Irving. Golden State are tight. Golden State are tight with each other, JP, with the exception of Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant is sort of a hired assassin, right? And already there's there's rumors that Durant's agent told them, hey, we might be opting out. Fuck. God knows where Durant's gonna end up. Fuck, if he fucking leaves Golden State. For all we know, man, Kevin Durant and LeBron James have some secret alliance and shit. Fuck, they're both gonna pop up in fucking Miami or something. All right, we're going to go. Like I said, we'll break down the games tomorrow. But as it is right now, I'm going to bet the Warriors on the money line, the Raptors on the money line, parlay minus 160. At nighttime, I'm going to go with the Pelicans plus 5.5. Pelicans and Blazers should be high scoring. Who am I kidding? I'm going to get in on all these fucking NBA games when it's all said and done. We'll be on Sunday night on our Patreon page. We'll be on during the, I already took a look at that. We're going to be on during the T-Wolf and the Rocket game Sunday night. Tomorrow night will be hockey. And then our first basketball will be here on Monday night with you guys. No NBA tomorrow, obviously. The Raptors are playing Tuesday as well. They play Saturday, of course, the NBA, right? They stretch this shit out forever. So the Raptors play Saturday, and then they play Tuesday. Monday night, our first game here with you guys will be on right at the end of the Miami Heat, Philadelphia game, and then San Antonio and Golden State Monday night at 10:30. The Raptors and the Wizards play 7 o'clock. I might go to that game as well. So we'll see. I'll be on Tuesday here at 10, man. We might, I don't know, man. We might have to do the show on location Tuesday night or start at like 10:30. I'll get back fucking. I don't live that far from the arena. I can get back in like 10 minutes type thing. All right, so the overtime shit's not working, but we hit the under. That's good. Yeah. It's not the end of the world tonight. I really lost because of the fucking the overtime shit. It's frustrating though. Like last night, I was able to absorb it and still win money, but tonight I couldn't. You know, I played 5 games to go to overtime. One of them did. You know, that's not going to cut it. If even one more of them did, you know, it would have been all right. But fuck, man, 1-7 with this overtime shit. And to be honest, I don't like any of these games to go to overtime tomorrow. But there's no turning back now. All I'm going to do is I got to lower the price a little. I got to lower my units a little on the overtime prop, and I haven't gone crazy, to be honest with you. I'm only betting $25 on it. But what I've done. But it adds up, 25, 25, 25. And what I've done, though, is where I've lost is last night I did it for the late night game. I put 100 on it, on the Vegas one. And then tonight, I thought this one, you know, I was like, I'll take a shot here. Fuck, I'll put 100 on this one to go to overtime. So it's hard to absorb these fucking, you know, you lose $225 just on overtime props a night. It's not easy to absorb it 2 nights in a row. It's pissing me off, fuck. Of course, hey, well, another one of my great schemes. Backfiring. I'm going to ride it through the weekend, Shad. We'll go lighter tomorrow, and then Saturday, I think Saturday's our day, guys. Saturday's the day. It's going to be overtime Saturday. One of these days, it'll be fine. It'll be like 4 games in a row, big, and we'll hit, and it'll be like, all right. Deontay Wilder, huh? Good. Fucking Wilder might fucking beat that guy. I'll be honest, I was all aboard the Anthony Joshua hype train and shit, but after watching him fight and seeing his fights, he's pretty fucking vulnerable, man. He's not that good. He's overhyped. He's overhyped. He's more of like a marketing king than he is like a boxing king. You know what I mean? Like, he looks the part. You know, he's a 6'7" fucking chiseled fucking dude, man. You look at him, you're like, holy shit, look at this guy. And then you see him box, and you're like, fuck, bro. Like, do something, fuck. Like, he just stands there, and he gets fucking tagged. He's got a lot of heart. Thanks, Cody. He's got a lot of heart. Like, that's one thing I'll give him. He's got a good chin. He's not a pussy. So he's not fake, but he's not dominant. Even though he's 22-0 or 23-0 now, he's not dominant, you know? Like, Lennox Lewis would kill Anthony Joshua. Like, he's not on the level of those guys, you know? He's not in Evander Holyfield. He's not a fucking Mike Tyson. He's not a Lennox Lewis. Mike Tyson compared him to himself, but Mike was doing it more from, like, the fame angle. Yeah, like Lennox Lewis, 6'5", 6'6", he'd fucking murder fucking Anthony Joshua. He'd knock him out, fuck. Like, he'd murder him. Like, you know, Anthony Joshua, like, it's one of these deals, like, yeah, you're the richest boxer ever. You're going to be the richest, and you're the most hype right now. But, like, Floyd Mayweather was dominant. Floyd Mayweather was dominant. Anthony Joshua is fucking surviving by a fucking thread right now, man. Fucking Klitschko fucking nearly beat him. Klitschko's like 80 years old, nearly beat him. Fucking Parker nearly beat him fucking 2 weeks ago, was fucking drilling him, fuck. Like, the thing with Deontay Wilder is he's not very good. But the thing with Wilder is Wilder's a big dude. And secondly, Wilder won't be intimidated by Anthony Joshua. Like, he's going to watch the same film that we see, and he's going to go, this guy ain't fucking shit, fuck. He's not going to be scared, right? And the thing with Wilder is he's wild, fuck. Like, how do you, like, you know what I mean? Like, Joshua's could have a hard time with this. He's so unorthodox, Deontay Wilder. His fundamentals, he's like terrible. But it works because it's so weird, fuck. Like, he throws sideways punches. He's basically like an MMA guy. Like, if he could do a spinning back fist, he would. Like, he's like a street fighter. Like, he's fucking sideways at you, and then he just throws this weird hook and then a weird jab, and he fucking tags you, and you're getting drilled by this big brother. You're like, fucking fuck, man. Like, you notice, like, he sets up, he comes in with that weird sort of, and it's like, dude, what are you doing, fuck? Have you ever boxed before? And then he throws this punch, and he punches from weird angles. Like, they're unorthodox angles that, Anthony, you can't really train for this, right? You know, like, it's not pretty to watch, but, you know, you in the same shit. Wilder's got heart too, fuck, right? So it's a fun fight. Like, I can't wait to see it happen if it happens, but it's boxing, so let's see it happen first. Let's, you know. Yeah, Keith Jardine. No, it's true, though. Like, he comes in sideways. Like, watch. Like Anderson Silva almost, but not gracefully. it's like a street fighter. He's like a bouncer outside a bar in Detroit. Fuck. Like he sort of, he puts his arm out, his fist out, and it's just sort of like any trainer would be like, oh dear God, man, this guy's fucking like he's awful with his fundamentals, but he's a tough ass son of a bitch motherfucker, man. We got to get out of here. But last thing, I'm kicking myself for not taking Habib to go over the number fucking the last fight plus fucking money over 2.5. Habib's turned into a George St. Pierre, man. Yeah, he's like a strip club bouncer. Fuck, you know what I mean? Like gets in a fight boxing stance. He's got like it's so street. When I see Wilder fight, I'm like, holy fuck, man. He's just like a fucking dude from the street, but like he reminds me like a Kimbo Slice backyard fighter. That's what Deontay Wilder reminds me of. Just a tough ass motherfucker that, yeah, my fundamentals and footwork are bad, but meet my fucking friend here, right? Yeah, fan man. All right, we got to get out of here. And I'm a Joshua fan. Like I'm not fan, but I bought into the hype. But I think I bought into hype. There's not a lot. There's more sizzle than steak, I think, with this kid. He's due for a loss. Fuck, put it that way. No, Wilder's not good either. Listen, Anthony Joshua is better than Wilder. He is better. I'm just stating that Joshua is very hittable. One thing with Joshua, it seems like all of his fights are entertaining. So I think if Wilder and Joshua fought, it would be like, holy fuck, this is entertaining. I think they would stand there and beat the shit out of each other. All right, so we out of here. We gone. I'll tweet out my picks for tomorrow. Nothing's really jumping off the page to me. I think Vegas beats the LA Kings again. I'm fired up for the basketball. Tune into the radio show tomorrow. I'll tune into the SBR videos throughout the day. And all the boys, from Donnie Rightside, Big Man, Ice Guys, Jimmy the Bag, and Loshak. I think Loshak got a haircut. It freaked me out, but he's looking sharp. Wearing a suit, looking sharp. So check out all the SBR content, and we'll see you guys tomorrow night. Tomorrow night, Mick Aussie, AFL. Will be heavy into the NBA tomorrow night. NHL hockey Saturday. We like the Saturday card better in the NHL, but we'll have some plays for tomorrow. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Give us a thumbs up if you can on the way out. Support SBR. Thanks, Matt McCursey. No, that's crazy, Scott F. You can't say that Joshua's never come close to a loss. You can't tell me he didn't nearly lose that fight to Klitschko. Fucking Parker, Parker gave him all he can handle 2 weeks ago. NBA night tomorrow night. We'll break all down the games. Thanks, guys. See you later, boys. Other than that, you're on your own. Later.